Welcome, guys. This is Michael here, and I have Jacob joining me today.
Hello, hello.
And we're going to catch you guys up for this Rocket Series event, which is Modern. Up first, we have Chaz Tanner versus Joshua Billy, and it looks like a Yagmoth mirror. This mirror is pretty gross.
Yeah. So we were just talking beforehand about what to look for in the mirror, how to play the mirror effectively. And what were you saying, chat?
So the mirror is really dependent on who decides to usually go for it second, unless your opponent doesn't have something when they go for it. So it's like if you bowmaster first, your opponent bowmasters back. If you don't have a follow-up, it's really gross. And then there's also like I chord for this, and then I chord in response for this. Like that, it's a very interactive matchup. So it's like if you're going first, you have to either know your opponent doesn't have a response, or you just better have another response after they have theirs. Like, this is one of the more interactive mirrors, just because there's so much in terms of, like, I have a Soul Cauldron. I exile your stuff, so, like, your Undying stuff can get put under the Soul Cauldron. Like, it's just puke how good that is.
Yeah, and then let's see how the lists kind of compare. I'm curious if it's going to be the same main deck at least.
I'll let Jacob do the play-by-play right here, and I'll look through these lists real quick.
Yeah, so, well, we already have Mirror with the Young Wolves out already.
I'm seeing
And
no Delighted
Chaz.
Halfling out of Josh, and I'm seeing it in Chaz.
Okay. Josh looks like he could potentially be holding up a Bowmaster here for end of turn. And, yep, flashes one in. Kills a Young Wolf.
I'm also seeing that Land of War Waste you see out of Josh and not out of Chaz.
All right.
Oh, I'm wrong. Delighted Halfling down here.
Okay.
He is a 2-2 split between Halfling and Ignoble, and Chaz does not have Ignoble.
Yeah, so Josh looks like he's holding onto a cord just through a Zulaport Cutthroat. That would be a good start for him, but no, looks like... Oh, Eldritch Evolution.
That's pretty big.
Yeah, that's going to be big.
That's probably a grist.
Yeah.
And then you downtick the Young Wolf to get rid of the Young Wolf.
Bring it
That's
back.
pretty
Yeah.
nasty. On the flip side, we make that play. Grist goes to 1. Chaz has a Bowmaster in hand.
Oh, true.
So there's maybe we were upticking and not downticking. Oh, no, we're going straight for Yogg.
Okay. I mean, he's able to get rid of his wolf, get rid of the token, and potentially just have an empty board. for
I
Chaz.
kind of like it, but I also like the Bowmaster at Chaz's hand.
Yeah.
Which we're probably going to see it forced here right now.
Yeah, so far I was only able to make out a Wall of Roots out of Chaz's hand. I couldn't see what else he might have.
Chaz is also on Spike Feeder sideboard.
Okay.
That'll be pretty interesting.
Yep.
And Chaz has some One Rings.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll also be pretty decisive for him.
Yeah, Chaz's list looks a little more streamlined for how the meta shifted, and Josh's looks more traditional.
Okay. Alright. Bowmaster coming down. And what do you pick off here?
I'm probably picking that Orc.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
I'm picking the Orc. That way, if he wants to sack the Young Wolf to the Bowmaster, I can put a damage to his face and make a bigger Orc.
Or did he just do it to his life total?
He did to life total.
Alright.
Maybe he's wanting Josh to feel obligated to cast... Or not cast, activate Yagmoth more. Or obligated to kill the Bowmaster in the first activation.
Okay.
Soul Cauldron right here is disgusting. This is a mirror breaker.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's...
Chaz has an active Wall of Roots.
Yep.
Which means he is almost there for full combo with Walking Ballista.
Okay.
Because he already has a Young Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
So he really just needs a cord here.
And then, yeah, guys coming down.
And he already has, he has Yogg in hand.
Yeah, so Josh is pretty much against the ropes, doesn't have much
Yeah.
interaction. He does have a cord, but I don't think cord does anything.
Yeah, cord
right
for
now.
1.
Cord for 2.
Or 2, the Land of War Waste.
Yeah.
So there's the Yagmoth coming down.
Yep.
We cannot cord if we're Chaz because we only have 2 green. Because we just put a counter on the Wall of Roots, so we can only convoke for 2 green.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that we can't convoke on our opponent's turn for Ballista. Because we can go counter on Wall Roots, tap Wall of Roots, tap Young Wolf, counter for Ballista, or cord for 0 to put Ballista in the yard, and then exile Cauldron.
Yeah.
On the flip side, here comes the cord out of Josh.
So what could Josh get potentially? He already has the Zulaport Cutthroat, and I think that was just a 1-up in his list.
I think. Yeah, we're killing Geist.
Yeah.
I think we're doing this now to make our opponent feel obligated to sack the Geist, and then in response, we do it to the Young Wolf. Yep. So now the counter will fizzle for the target for Yagmoth.
Okay.
So now we're gonna exile the Soul Cauldron. So that's really important.
Yep. And then looks like cord. I know, so he's run off the Yogg. I think we're still figuring out this
Josh. There we go, Chaz.
Yeah.
Chaz is moving too fast. He needs to slow down.
Yeah. So you had mentioned the combo with Walking Ballista. Do you mind just kind of going over that interaction step by step?
Yeah, so you have this crazy interaction with Wall Roots where you can add a counter, and then you have Ballista where you can remove a counter to deal damage. And with an Undying creature, you removing the counter kills it.
Yep.
And then it comes back, and then it has the counter when you kill it with Yogg, and you just rinse, repeat.
Yep. And act this Cauldron, allowing you to activate it because it has a 1/1 counter.
Because it has a 1/1 counter on it.
Yep.
Yep. It's quite gross.
Yeah, this deck having the capability of just having a combo win out of nowhere while also being able to play a grindy game kind of speaks to the resiliency of the deck. Being able to just win off a tutor is always a good escape button to have.
Yo, Scott McCarty, it's the Naruto headpiece for me too. Chaz is absolutely ridiculous, and that's why we love him.
Yep. So I believe this cord is still
In his hand?
resolving, because I don't think...
Oh, I thought we...
Oh, no.
I opened this to look at the chat, and I thought we were already done with that.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think Joshua is trying to decide what to cord for.
Yeah. Or no. So...
Oh, Chaz was deciding if
okay.
he wanted to interact before the cord resolved. That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, they did kill the wall roots. It's pretty important.
Yeah. Yeah, getting that off the battlefield. So now Josh is trying to decide, because cord would be for 2. Cutthroat's already in hand.
Does he have more than one Stringer Root, guys? That's a good question. Let me look that up.
I mean, you could... Yeah, so he does, and it's on the battlefield now.
Okay. So that makes sense, because now we have 2 Undying creatures with Yogg.
Yep.
We can at least kill our opponent's board, but there is a Cauldron out. So that Cauldron needs to be dealt with.
Yeah.
Coming from boards, we're going to see Reclamation Sage for sure.
Yeah. At least.
And I don't think anybody's running... Oh, so Chaz has 2 Force of Vigors and a Reclamation Sage. I don't know if we're going to see the Force of Vigors. Josh has a Force of Vigor and a Reclamation Sage. So it'd be interesting if our opponents decide whether they value the Force of Vigor or not. I'm going to say no.
With as important as the Cauldron is in the mirror?
Yeah, but so you're going to 1-for-1, or you 2-for-1 because you exile a card in your hand?
Yeah.
But you're already running Besejus and the Rex Sage. I think the Rex Sage is probably the route they're just going to go.
Okay.
And then Chaz has a Haywire Might, so we probably will see that.
Yeah. So Cutthroat coming down, which is going to start the drain. And, yeah. Going for...
Yeah, to kill the Cutthroat. So he's going to have to respawn and see if we give it up.
Yeah.
Because if he sacks the Stranglegeist here, we just do it again to give up the wolf to kill the Zulaport.
Right. So, it's interesting in my mind that he didn't just sacrifice both the Undying creatures to kill the Yagmoth.
No. Because you cannot leave that on the battlefield.
Okay.
So this is like... So when I was explaining to you about when you start and stop, if you start and your opponent has a board state like that, you have to commit to what you're doing.
Right.
It's really not necessarily about getting Yagmoth off the field. It's about making sure Yagmoth is not enabled.
Okay.
So that Young Wolf having a counter on it now, we need to get rid of that counter and have another piece to be able to combo off.
Okay.
Which is why you've seen Josh being so aggressive, because Chaz had a pretty gross board hard casting Yagmoth where he had to Eldritch Evolution into his.
Right.
So that means like Chaz is slightly ahead by the amount of cards as you see in his hand versus his opponent.
Right.
But I mean his life total also reflects that.
Okay.
So Josh went to go start something and Chaz had interaction for it. Because he had interaction for it, that's why you see where we're at.
Yeah.
That's an interesting play out of Josh not killing the Young Wolf.
Yeah.
I wonder what's in his hand. Chaz's hand is also absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, Hepatra.
Yeah, Hepatra that's really bad.
Yeah. Yeah, Josh left with hardly anything on the battlefield, so
He has a string root, guys. However, this is also a really good top deck for Grist, but that Cauldron is just absolutely brutal. Like,
yeah.
Cauldron is a mirror breaker. It's disgusting how good that card is.
Looks like another Yagmoth, another Cord, and I can't quite see what he has at the bottom there.
I can't see Josh's hand at all.
Yeah.
It's the glare from the way he's sitting.
Yeah.
One of them look like a Yagmoth on the far right.
Yeah, far
I
right.
think he's dead.
Yeah. Even with a Cord,
I think he's dead. I think Chaz having the Cauldron. Oh,
he just has it at this point.
Yeah, Zulaport.
Yeah.
I think he has it if we have a Young Wolf. Or another Cord. Because of the Zulaport in his hand.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about the Wall of Roots. We don't need any of that. We have all this mana. There it is. Boom. Fulminator Mage.
Oh, okay.
Blow your land up. Activate
yeah.
Soul Cauldron. Blow your land up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to see him exile that Soul Cauldron, Fulminator, putting a counter on the Weedle, and then you're going to see him blowing the other land up. Disgusting.
That's pretty bad.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
And now every single creature that enters with the 1/1 counter will be a Fulminator Mage.
Wow.
Puke.
Yeah, that's some powerful magic.
This looks like Cord for Endurance.
All right.
He should have waited. He should have waited.
And then blowing up Landform.
He should have waited. Oh, it's disgusting. Yep. I honestly think Josh is a little nervous because I've seen him play.
Yeah.
And I've seen him play the mirror, and he's a little more clean than this. I think he's just nervous.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you wait for your opponent to tap the Cauldron, and then you Cord for Endurance.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he could because he had one creature in 4, so that just would have been a Cord for 2, potentially.
Oh, Haywire Might.
Yeah. So he floated the green off the Llanowar Waste, get the Haywire Might, and then blow up the Cauldron.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
But we already down our land. We floated mana at least.
Yeah, we floated the mana. And
I didn't see him have a Haywire Might main board. That's...
Yeah, I think it just might be...
Shout out to players and deck lists. Please, for the love of Jesus, write it by type. Write creatures together, spells together, lands together.
Makes it a lot easier.
When you have it spread out, it's really difficult to actually read your lists. Both of you have legible lists, but it's difficult to follow.
And then, yeah, Fulminator getting rid of 3 lands on that turn.
Yeah. It's pretty nasty.
Yeah. And then...
we have a Zulaport still, and we have a Grist.
Yeah, so...
The question is Chaz giving up the Zulaport to keep the Grist alive?
It looks like Josh just has
Yeah, he
just has a land, Yagmoth, and a Grist, so unplayable.
Oh, you got a land, though.
Yeah,
Land's important here after you get a triple Stone Rained. Triple Stone Rained. A Pendlehaven is so brutal.
With the Grist?
It's so
wow.
brutal. Chad's got to be this good looking to be this lucky.
All right. Double Verdant.
These draws are insane.
Yeah.
It's still happening.
So, yeah. Josh able to come back with some lands, but getting basics this time.
Yeah, that Fulminator play was pretty brutal, and the fact that Chaz has Fulminator main board.
Yeah.
I mean, on the flip side, Josh is being spicy with a Haywire Might main board.
Yeah. That was a good clean answer. And then Grist of his own.
Amethyst. Shout out to Chaz for having a Soulless Jailer main board too, because he doesn't want to lose to Rhinos.
Yeah.
Absolutely disgusting. You filthy human being.
Yeah, just courting out a Soulless Jailer.
That's so gross. Yeah, Josh is more on the stereotypical list traditionally for Gilded Goose and Prosperous Innkeeper. Chaz is like, nah, I'm just all hate pieces.
And there it is.
I'm a toolbox deck main board. The only sideboard piece I want is that Reclamation Sage. Everything else is main board.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, but Soulless Jailer is an 0-4. That's so important.
Yeah.
It's so hard to kill.
Yeah.
A lonely Yagmoth.
Yeah. And I think that's the last of Josh's cards in hand.
Yep, this is probably game.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just grist minus. That's brutal.
Yeah.
Oh, that Vandalhaven.
Vandalhaven on the offense. Yep.
Nasty Anapatra.
Yeah.
That should be, yeah.
That's enough for Josh.
He wrapped.
Yeah.
All right, sideboard wise, let's go for Josh's first.
Yeah.
Does he bring the Fulminator Mages in or not after watching it?
I think you should.
So his sideboard is Thoughtseize, Fulminator Mage, Fatal Push, Legion's End, Go for the Throat, Soulless Jailer, Dampening Spear, Culling Ritual, Force of Vigor, Reclamation Sage, the Filigree Silex, Elven Course, and Veil of Summer. I think there's an argument for Thoughtseize.
Yeah.
Because of Chord.
Yep.
So I think Thoughtseizes has come in. I don't know if the Fulminator Mages are good or not. Like, we just watched them be really good, but now they're known.
Right.
So I don't know. There's a strong argument to bringing them in. The push, I think, comes in just because it's easily enabled.
Yep.
The spicy one I would like to see come in, Culling Ritual.
Culling Ritual would be
I
good.
would love to see Culling Ritual in this matchup.
Yeah, get ahead on some mana, get ahead on an early Chord.
And then you're definitely going to see Reclamation Sage just because of how much we've seen Soul Cauldron take over the game.
Yeah. So then, what do you take out? Like, what are the cards that you don't want to see in the mirror, really?
Well, Chaz just absolutely dumpstered him with Bowmaster.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to be seeing these ignoble hierarchs come out.
Okay.
Maybe the Gilded Goose because it seems a little slow.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we get to a point where we really need the food. It is an O2.
It is,
and it does make mana, but we already have halflings.
Yeah.
I think halfling is just objectively better.
Yeah, absolutely.
What else would we be taking out?
So Soulless Jailer probably for Chaz.
Yeah, Soulless Jailer for Chaz. Chaz will also probably be taking out the Noble. He is a one of.
Yeah.
And I don't think we'll go for the Walking Ballista combo here, just because of knowing our opponent most likely is going to be prepared for that.
Yeah, having at least one endurance.
Maybe the Chaz might be just all spice today, and maybe the Spike Feeder gain infinite life.
Maybe. If he goes for that route.
Yeah, well, I mean, you gain infinite life, you just sit back while your opponent can't kill you.
Right.
Because you're not necessarily drawing cards to gain life, and your opponent has to draw cards to deal damage with the combo.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you gain 70 life, your opponent does not have 70 cards in their deck.
Right.
So, I mean, Chaz might do that, and that might be a mirror breaker. We don't know.
Yeah, that's actually a really interesting point.
Yeah. I am only speaking from what I have seen with what I've seen from Yagmoth. I played Yagmoth briefly for a little bit before Soul Cauldron. So, like, I can give you, like, pretty good insight from playing the deck before then.
Yeah.
Cauldron just makes this deck insane now.
Right.
I don't even think we've broken Cauldron. I think we've got to the surface and realized how good it is and what has high synergy.
Yeah.
But I really don't think we've actually busted the card in this deck yet.
There's a much more powerful engine.
Yeah, like we're at the surface with just how good Cauldron is. I just think the longer that we see the card staying in the format, the more people will come up with. But, like, that Fulminator line was absolutely brutal.
Yeah, that was gross.
You know, that's probably one of the strongest lines the deck has to beating Tron or 4-color.
Yeah.
Or even something like Living End or Rhinos, which don't play a lot of basics. Or the basics they play, they don't actively look for them early.
Right.
So you're definitely going to see that come up from Chaz more throughout the day if he does better. Simply because it's so absolutely bonkers. And he's mainboarding it.
Yeah. Being able to chord for it, being able to find it when he needs it. Yeah.
Just being mainboard. Just Chaz being a greedy individual playing at mainboard.
I mean, a pretty
I love
sideboarded like toolbox. That's
it literally is all he is doing right now.
Yeah.
He says the only card in my deck that I want sideboard that's gonna blow somebody out is a Reclamation Sage.
ensure game one, and then you only have one more to win in two.
Yeah. I mean, there's arguments for being spicy with Rec Sage, the other Fulminator, and Spike Feeder main, but like, nah, Chaz is like the majority of my things like Soulless Jailer, I'm gonna mainboard.
All right, so
Shout out to Chaz and this ridiculously cool headband.
Chaz coming out with a Delighted Halfling early. Hopefully,
So back to
Some
what we were
spice.
talking about these one drops.
yeah.
Halfling, in my opinion, is what revived Yagmoth. because of it not dying to Ren and 6 or Bowmaster or any of those things,
Yeah.
and it effectively blocking Ragavan.
Yep.
So back when Lord of the Rings dropped, this card, in my opinion, besides Bowmaster, single-handedly revived Yagmoth as a deck. Yagmoth was still a deck being played, and it was still good, but it definitely suffered from the Ren and 6 stuff. It suffered from Steven, your camera is shaking heavily. It's doing a disco beat. But it definitely suffered from the Fury plays, the Ren and 6 plays, now Bowmaster. So you have this halfling that just gets around all that. Disgusting. We'll see if Josh has a response.
Yeah. Rex Sage right now would be great from him, but it doesn't look like he has one in hand. Wall of Roots, Grist, and maybe a land there. So you sorely need some interaction with that.
You know, I'm not going to lie.
Going for the basic off the fetch.
I'm not going to lie. Josh probably looked at his hand and thought he had a really solid hand, but he is not respecting Chaz's draws. Like, Chaz drew absolutely insane game 1.
Yeah.
Like, you got to play a little more cautious, like which he did by getting the basic.
Yeah.
But now how's he going to deal with the Soul Cauldron? But of course, it's like, oh, does my opponent have it or not?
Right. And another Cauldron in hand from Chaz too, in case he deals.
Are
with
we
the first
courting?
one.
No, we're casting Argus.
Grist, yeah.
Okay. Grist is pretty good here. We down tick the Young Wolf to get rid of the Wall of Roots.
Yeah. Oh, look,
But if we get rid of the Wall of Roots, it goes under the Soul Cauldron.
exactly.
So it's either the Wall of Roots and we commit to that, or we just uptick.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you.
I
Really
kind of like the
know.
uptick. Yeah, I kind of like uptick.
Yeah.
So what uptick does is it enables us. That's fine because if
That's
we
fine.
draw our Cauldron,
Okay.
we have a Yagmoth.
Okay.
That's fine. Chaz now has Cauldron, but if we draw, well, I guess that's bad. You're right. It's Soul Cauldron. I wasn't looking at Chaz's Cauldron.
Yeah.
I was looking at it as if we got ours.
Yeah. And he has another Cauldron.
Yeah,
in
that's
hand,
really
too.
bad.
Yeah. So
I do like the Grist uptick here though, because if we draw Cord, we can Cord for anything.
Right. Rexade, your own Yagmoth, you could find something.
Okay, that's really bad now that we have another creature.
Yeah.
Because we have a pseudo Yagmoth, and that's
Oh.
really bad.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
6,
7. Cord for 4.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why did we overtap?
I think we played the halfling.
You're correct.
Yeah.
Okay, we did not overtap. We did play the halfling. I didn't know there was something spicy I missed.
No.
Oh!
Yep.
Oh, it's so gross. And there's a Grist under the Soul Cauldron.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it. I
Grist
hate
and
it here.
Yagmoth.
Oh, we found another Grist. We found a Grist. Oh, I hate it.
Oh no.
Chaz, you need to stop it with this god tier top deck. It's so puke. I'm sorry, Josh.
Oh.
Please,
And then
please come back, Josh. That was so brutal.
Yeah, single go for the throat isn't gonna do it. He has a Bowmaster.
He
and
top decked a Grist off the Grist mill.
Yeah.
Ah.
Chaz just has it all at this point.
I'm not gonna lie to you. What just happened is why I would like Cauldron to not be in the format.
Yeah.
Cauldron Grist is too good.
God, and he has a Sage as well.
And a second Cauldron.
Yeah.
What is that? The
Is that
Legion's
Lost
in?
Legion? Or yeah.
Legion's
End.
in?
Yeah.
I guess we Legions in tokens.
Or even
Wall of Roots. I think we just start going in on stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I think you just need to start.
Yeah, we just start
taking away the
drawing. We're literally a quarter away from the game being over.
board. Yeah.
Ooh!
Okay,
Bowmaster's good.
Yeah. And immediately gone.
He's still gonna get 2 triggers.
Right. Yeah.
Unless he targeted a token. Because we just sacked the token and fizzled the orc.
Yeah.
I didn't see what he attempted to target.
No, I didn't either, but it looks like that's. Oh no. Okay, you let
So he did the life total.
Yeah. And then another wolf in hand for Chaz. Yeah, so it...
That's a Cauldron, a Dryad Arbor, a Boseiju, another Young Wolf, and I cannot tell what is in the middle. Is that a One Ring?
I thought I saw Yagmoth.
No, this is a poster One Ring.
Oh, okay.
That is a Yagmoth. You're right.
Yeah.
That is a poster non-full One Ring.
Got it. Yeah. Oh, man. At this point, he's just trying to figure out how to close the game, because he has it.
He should be just doing this until he hits, did he just grist off of the Wall of Roots to sack a Young Wolf to kill a Wall of Roots? Puke. That's disgusting.
And the
fact that he had the loyalty from the double mill.
Yeah.
The double mill grist loyalty gave him down tick. That's so disgusting.
Yeah.
That's so disgusting that the double mill grist gave him the additional loyalty to be able to down tick this turn. That's insane. I kind of like Chaz not going for it right here because he could continue to hold this board presence with the Yagmoth until the Soul Cauldron is gone.
Okay.
So unless Josh has an immediate way to not only kill the Cauldron, but have a follow-up too,
Yeah.
Chaz is just going to sit here in Value Town.
So he has the cord to Reclamation Sage to get
He
rid of the
does, but
Cauldron.
is it good enough?
Probably not at this point.
Yeah. What Josh doesn't know is Chaz is the second Cauldron in hand.
Right.
And that's just nasty.
Yeah.
So we're courting for 2 mana, so that's 4, it's 1. I think he's waiting to tap.
Maybe get a Haywire Mite?
Haywire Mite.
Yeah.
Yep. Because he taps, added a mana.
Yeah.
Alright, so now you're going to see Chaz probably start activating this Yagmoth that he has on the creatures with 1/1 counters.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're going to kill that Wall of Roots because it has 4 counters on it. So more than likely, both of these Wall of Roots are going to go.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can't let him get any more mana off them.
On the flip side, we have 3 mana plus a Wall of Roots to hardcast our Yawgmoth in hand. Do we need the Soul Cauldron? It's arguably super good because we have a second Grist in the graveyard when the other Cauldron goes away.
Yeah.
But is it necessary?
He also has 10 points of damage.
We have a cord? Where did we get? Oh, we got cord off the draw.
Yeah.
Off of killing the Wall of Roots.
Yep.
Yeah, this game's over.
Yeah.
1,
Bowmaster
2,
to the
3,
front.
4, 5.
Zulaport. I think he might have it with
Cord for 2. I have Patra.
Oh, Hepatra. Yeah. Okay.
Or Infinite Snakes.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wipe the board, draw these cards, move to turn and end the game.
Yeah. Yep, get rid of the... Yeah.
Yeah, Chaz drew like a god. Shout out to the Orochimaru token I gave him. That's fine. That's absolutely fine.
Yeah. Still getting value off it.
Yeah. Make a snake. We're gonna draw 2 more cards probably and kill the Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we just sack another snake to kill to make another snake.
Yeah. I feel like there's no reason not to at this point.
Yeah.
Draw a card.
I just think he wants the snakes because of the death touch. Oh, we're getting rid of the... Oh.
Okay, that's interesting.
Ekans.
And then...
Kill the orc.
Yep.
Should have another draw, another life loss, and then the orc.
Or...
Same color sleeves.
Oh my
Same
goodness.
color sleeves. Love it. Steven, make sure they count their deck after the match.
So yeah, full grip from Chaz and full board. And
This game is over.
didn't even need to activate the One Ring.
No. Yeah, this game is literally over. He has another Soul Cauldron, another Yawgmoth.
Yeah.
Arguably, the only thing in this that he needs is a cord, just to safely do it with Zulaport. But at this point, the game's over.
Yeah.
Like Chaz drew absolutely phenomenal in both these matchups. The mainboard Fulminator Mage game 1 was literally disgusting.
Yeah.
Triple Stone Rain to cripple your opponent when your opponent went for it. Having not only that, but the answer to the Yagmoth.
Yep.
Leaving just the Strangleroot Geist. Having a Zulaport to block the Strangleroot Geist to trigger the Undying to save your Grist. And then to just uptick and kill the... the sequencing of draws that Chad had was just disgusting. He drew very, very, very well.
Yes. He also played it very well.
He did. I will absolutely say that. I will absolutely agree with that. Chaz did play that very
and he
well.
just drew the chord.
We had a discussion at the beginning of this that it was about sequencing and responses, and Chaz beautifully piloted that.
Yeah.
Did we get the chord you said?
Yeah, he just drew the chord.
So 2, 3, 4, 5 chord for Zulaport.
Yeah.
And the game's over.
Yep.
Swing for 5.
Yep.
And then why did we untap Yagmoth?
Did he not swing with Yagmoth? Did he
What are we waiting on?
just swung for 2? Okay.
I was like, yeah, what are we waiting on?
Yeah.
Man. Gotta be that good looking to be that lucky.
Well.
That man drew so insane.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah,
Chaz,
congrats to Chaz. That was
first round
crazy.
win, yeah.
Steven, definitely make sure they count their decks, bro, with the same sleeves and same deck. That way they don't have someone else's cards.
Yeah, no more issues.
But that's going to do it for round 1. Thank you guys for stopping in.
Yeah, we'll see you in round 2.
We'll see you for round 2. Welcome back, guys. This is round 2. This round, we have Alex Shoot on Red Black Scam or Rakdos Scam, and Jordan Bologna on Boros Burn.
Boros Burn.
Tell me what you think.
So, Scam, I think is going to have the edge here. You're going to be able to get out a bigger creature than he can deal with, potentially, with the Grief. You're going to have some blocking fodder with Ragavan, some Fatal Push, and he does have enough interaction with the board between Fatal Push, the Terminates, and the Molten Blast, or Molten Collapse, that he's able to kind of control the board pretty well. Jordan does have a good amount of reach just being Burn, though.
So, normally, when you look at this matchup, Burn usually has the edge.
Okay.
Because if you double grief them, they're all to face. And you're 3 to face plus you're a fetch shock deck in a Thoughtseize deck. So, like, you have to decide whether or not you even want to play the Thoughtseizes. And if you don't, is that 2 damage saving you a life from getting hit for 3?
Right.
It's very draw dependent. However, this is also, in my opinion, for game 1, a very die roll dependent matchup.
Yeah.
If Burn wins the die roll, it's very scary on the Scam. Because even if you double grief Scam, it still dies to a lightning bolt.
True.
So you can take 2 spells, he can top deck a bolt you, and you're both back to nothing.
Yeah.
And his Goblin Guides arguably are better than your Ragavan.
Right.
Because his Goblin Guide is staying on the field. You're not having to spend mana to cast it. Sure, you can hit his bolt with your Ragavan to kill it, but it's like very back and forth, and it does come down to mana management way more than it should. Sideboard wise, these Blood Moons are crazy. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, some people don't agree with Blood Mooning Burn. I hard disagree.
Yeah.
Shutting them off of white shuts them off of Lightning Helix and Boros Charm, which are really big in this matchup. Path in the sideboard.
Yep.
So, I mean, I always agree with Blood Mooning Burn to get rid of the ability to cast Boros Charm.
And so Alex does have a Sheoldred in hand. If he's able to survive to cast her,
That's pretty gross.
yeah. And then also out of the sideboard for Alex, having a Chalice. He has 3 Chalices in the side. So he'll be able to shut off, a third of his opponent's deck.
Yeah. I mean, the flip side of that, he has to shut off his Ragavan. He has to shut off his
pushes,
his bolts, his not dead after alls. Pretty rough.
Yeah. So Alex reading the room, understanding I have this Blood Grip enter tapped. After Lightning Bolt took care of the Ragavan.
Untap Sacred Foundry, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not dashing Ragavan to a bolt. Let's just to be honest here. Alex is an above average player. He's very good.
Yeah.
And Jordan is a way above average Burn player. Jordan has exclusively played Burn for a long time.
Yep. And Burn is one of those decks that rewards your diligence with it, because it may seem like an easy deck to pilot initially, but knowing when and where to burn players, burn creatures, there's a very, very steep learning curve to play it exceptionally well.
Also, what the hell is this with the matching sleeves again? Not even just matching sleeves. Jordan's deck cut and the Rocket Mat matches the sleeves, and I couldn't see his deck.
All right, so
Yuck.
yeah.
Take 5. Take 2, take 3.
Yep, pretty gross.
Nasty. It's begun.
Thoughtseizes in Alex's hand looking kind of awkward there that he just...
So arguably, Thoughtseize is not bad right here, because Jordan is already showing a white source.
Okay.
And he's tapped out, which means you could take a Boros Charm, which saves you 2 life. You could take a Lightning Helix, which saves you a life and your opponent's 2 life or 3 life gain, but it's not great.
And then Fable, I'm sure Alex is hoping to be able to get a treasure out of that to ensure a Sheoldred on the next turn.
Honestly, he might be blocking.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He does have a fetch land. Or no. Is that Eclipse?
It's a Bloodstained Mire, a
Okay.
Thoughtseize, and Not Dead After All, and I couldn't see the 4th card. Maybe that's Sheoldred.
Yeah.
So he already has the 4th land to play Sheoldred.
Yeah, so then he might just be blocking here. Or at least maybe seeing what Goblin Guide flips. Oh, okay.
Jordan will go up to 20.
Yep.
Alex will go to 13. Does draw a land.
Yep. And then...
Not gonna lie, though. I feel like this game is over with the Sheoldred. It is very brutal to come back from a Sheoldred.
Yeah, I mean...
Jordan has to have double answer here and hope it's enough.
Yeah.
Alex is also having an active turn 2 or mode 2 Fable.
Yep.
He's going to be probably discarding this Thoughtseize and now extra Bloodstain Mire.
Yep.
What if he hits a Grief and something else?
Yeah,
Then he can, like, he doesn't even always need to do the shoulder. He could Grief Scam here to get rid of the whole hand.
That's what I was thinking too, if he was able to get the Grief.
I think you would slam Grief Scam here to rip Jordan's hand apart, knowing that he can't double respond, and then, you know.
Yeah, and
that's really bad for Jordan now that he's spent the spike, because he thinks he's ahead, because Alex is at 10.
Yeah.
Here goes mode 2. We're going to see that Thoughtseize in a land.
Is he considering just the Thoughtseize?
No,
okay.
You don't want the 5th
Yeah,
land.
yeah, okay, there it was.
There's no Fury anymore,
No,
man.
there's no Fury.
We don't care about land 5 no more. We just care about land 4.
Yeah.
He's just opting for the shoulder, and I don't hate that play.
Nope.
On the flip side, Jordan has a Helix.
And what else?
Let's see if Eidolon.
Okay.
Let's see if he blocks.
I mean,
I doubt it.
no.
He blocks.
Alex would never block. Yeah, whenever your opponent offers up the trade.
Is that a bolt?
That's a bolt.
I think we Helix bolt the shoulder and
You
just go
have
with
to.
it. Yeah.
Check first to see if Alex is willing to block, save yourself a card, and probably won't. Okay.
Alex blocks here, and that's for sure game. If he does not block, it's close.
Right.
If he blocks, that's a bolt with a lightning helix to put him at 6. That's really, 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 really bad.
Yeah.
Jordan has an Eidolon. Oh, that's bad. We're gonna see bolt Eidolon.
Yeah.
And the Eidolon. That's bad.
Yeah. Drawing another Fable.
Another Fable isn't bad, but it does trigger Eidolon. However, it gives you a blocker.
It lets him dig on the next turn.
It does. It also has this Fable that Jordan has to answer, because if he gets an untapped step with this Fable, that's also really bad.
True.
So we will trigger the Eidolon. And now it demands Jordan to answer the flipped Fable.
And then our Chaz Goblin token.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All our competitors today got the token. So,
Oh, not attacking.
Kapaloo, you can look at the TCS Rockets website, and it has the full calendar of events this month, and it also has the schedule for the Rocket series.
So Alex pitching 2 lands.
You can look up it on their Facebook or tcsrockets.com to find that calendar.
So yeah, Alex pitched 2 lands, Blood Crypt and a Bloodstain. Don't need that extra.
You know
life
where he
loss.
got those lands? The
Where?
Goblin Guide triggers. So I think Jordan did not attack here because he doesn't want Alex to just trade with Eidolon. Jordan is getting a lot more real estate with Eidolon just sitting on the board.
Yeah.
Jordan's also sitting on a Lightning Helix that he's waiting to use, because had he Helix that Fable, Alex could have not dead after all, would gladly take the 2 damage, and Fable would have flipped back to the front side and triggered another Goblin. What Jordan is waiting for is for the Fable to target something and then kill that something and be ahead.
Yeah.
What are we breaking for, Jordan? What's going on?
See, trying to decide whether or not to block, or is Alex asking about cards in graveyard? No?
Hysteria, we usually only have Legacy streams on Tuesdays.
Oh, I think
And then there will be one case coming up that we will stream.
we were just verifying live totals, and it looks like live totals were incorrect. So that's why we're searching through the graveyard.
I think Alex missed a Eidolon trigger from the Fable he just cast. Either that or the one before it. So we are going to see the Helix. Jordan's going to also take 2 from that and then gain 3.
Game 3. Targeting Alex.
Yep.
Yep.
We'll Sunbake.
Yeah, but I
Sack
can't.
to draw.
Yeah, I can't see what that other card in his hand is. Is that a Skewer?
I can't tell either. So Spinrift Bolt. It's really bad with Eidolon, though. That and so the really bad one is Vortex.
Right.
Take 5. Like,
Yeah.
Eidolon takes 7. I've seen it. Ooh, Goblin Guide.
Goblin Guide. Okay. So.
We still get a trigger. It's a grief. So Jordan played that correctly, because now this grief has almost no real estate.
Is there a reason Alex didn't make a token? Oh no, the
Fable
just
died
came
to
out.
the Lightning Helix.
Yeah,
and this Fable just flipped.
That was it. Yep. So attack another treasure.
Oh no, he blocked. You're right. Why didn't he make a token? You are right. He did block with I don't know. I have no idea why Alex did that.
He had, I believe he had open mana. Bolt him.
Yep. Alex goes to 1. Jordan goes 16 or 12. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Spiky, you're dead.
Yep.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. That's stereotypically how game 1 goes. If your burn player has the shield road removal, then they got the game.
Yeah.
That could have went very poorly for Jordan had he not had the bull.
Yep.
From Alex's standpoint, it's a tough decision to block or not.
It is.
Because if you block, that's damage not going to face that you could partially recover. But I don't know if I'm blocking with the shoulder, man. I think I'm making him take everything.
In my mind, you're losing a point of life unnecessarily by blocking there, because he would have had to. You take 2 off the Goblin Guide, and then he deals 2 damage spells that are 3 each. So he was effectively able to block the 2 from the Goblin Guide, but then take 3 off the burn spell.
Yeah. It's rough.
It is.
Alex also, with his hand, probably pressured to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, when you're at 9 against the burn deck, you always want to be above an increment of 3.
So, coming into this matchup, we're going to see Path of Exile and probably Rolling Vortex.
Yeah.
Maybe Exquisite Firecraft, just because Firecraft is very easy to cast in this deck, and it's a 4 damage spell.
Yeah.
If Alex brings in Blood Moons, Jordan has that Firecraft to fall back on, because it's 3 or 1 and 2 red.
Yeah. I mean, I think, would you want to keep in the Blood Moon or maybe a Magus? Just have another...
He has Magus already in the main board.
Yeah.
He has a Magus in the main board. I don't think it's enough. Again, Helix, you just seen how big it was there. If you had Helix shut off, that's a whole nother game.
Yeah.
Cutting off white is huge.
Yeah.
Also, like you Grief Scam, what if I just top deck the Path of Exile? I just, this or, or a Bolt. Like, it's... You want Blood Moon. Blood Moon's really good. Shutting off Boros Charm is like a thing you don't have to play around.
Yeah.
And you need to be able to time your Blood Moon or Magus when your opponent can't respond with a 2-mana spell. So Jordan's really good at knowing when to hold up mana and when not.
Yeah.
So if Alex cannot land that to shut him off, he will Boros Charm in response, and it feels really bad. But it's locked out after that.
Right. You know it's the last one. So... And then, sideboarding.
So Alex coming out, right?
Alex, yeah. What's he taking out? Because I feel like you have to leave in the Sheoldreds. Do you take out a Grief?
Honestly, I don't think we're playing Bowmasters. Bowmasters is not that great in this matchup.
Doesn't kill Eidolon, doesn't kill Goblin Guide.
It does if you ping on ETB and block with the Orc, but it is a lot of stuff you're giving up.
Right.
So I don't know. It's really... This matchup, for me, in my opinion, is very preference-based for Alex. Coming from someone that plays Scam for a long time, it's very preference-based for how you want to approach the matchup, but the way you sideboard, you have to stick to it and approach that matchup. Like, you have to commit to it.
Right.
There's really no flexibility with, like, oh, I can do this. Like, no, if this is how I have my sideboard constructed, this is how I'm going to have to do this matchup.
And Alex is a very disciplined player.
Correct.
So if he already has an idea in mind of how he needs to beat this matchup, that's how he will play it.
I agree.
Well, Alex going first is also going to be pretty big.
Yeah, they're not like actual Pokemon cards, they're like trading cards.
But he did go first last game, I believe, with the
He
Ragavan.
did, but the Ragavan got
Immediately
bolted,
bolted,
and
yeah.
then he took a turn off so that he didn't take damage from the Blood Crypt, which is good.
It's the correct
But
move.
Jordan was just like, Goblin Guide, I'm gonna, deal all this damage.
Right.
And then, skewer you, spike you. It's just Burn doing burn things. Burn having 3 damage spell, 3 damage spell, 3 damage spell.
Right.
It's rough. To be honest too, right? Let's say Alex didn't block that shoulder and Jordan used all of that. He's gonna take 2 instead of taking 3 off the helix. So he's gonna take 1 less damage.
Mhm.
Maybe it still plays the same.
It very well could.
Because Jordan could still have the Goblin God on the battlefield that he has to deal with the Fable token now.
Yeah.
However, I'm really confused why he didn't make a copy of the token.
Yeah.
Maybe we've seen something that he didn't know.
Yeah.
Or we don't know. Maybe he's seen something that we didn't see.
Alex is in a rough spot there.
I'm keeping that push on top.
Yeah. You're gonna fetch on your next turn.
We could fetch a basic black, and
Yeah.
then play another fetch line in hand and then fetch and pass.
Yeah.
So we'll leave the fetch line there. We'll come to turn. We'll play the land down. We'll pass to Jordan. Then we'll do the Goblin Guide trigger again. Regardless, we will double fetch.
Yeah.
We'll get a black to fatal push, and then we will get... Oh, he's giving it up.
Wow. I was gonna
So
say,
we can give a black to fatal push, or we can get a tap blood crypt.
yeah, I mean, he did have a polluted delta in hand too, so it's not like he was shut off from red.
No.
So
That's what I'm saying. That's
yeah.
why I would have left the push on top.
Yeah.
Played the second land, and then double fetched. Fetch the blood crypt tapped.
Yes.
And then the push to push.
Right.
A black to
So
push.
he does have a. Is that 2 Dothy Voidwalkers?
It is
in
2
there?
Dothy Voidwalkers. And not dead after all. It looks like a chalice.
Yeah. Maybe he wants to just chalice on 1.
Attention Pokemon
Which-
players. I'm now
fair.
taking sign-ups for Pokemon today. You want to sign up?
So-
for
Chalice on one's good.
Yeah.
please sign up
Jordan
with me
plays-
now.
What does he play? Smash? I don't think he plays Smash.
He has
anymore.
Wear Turn in his hand.
He's in his hand?
Yeah, it's in the hand.
Ugh. Damn.
Yep.
I didn't know if he was board wear and tear, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh,
Ooh.
I mean that's fine. We're so far ahead.
Yeah.
But Alex has to take 2 full turns to do that. Jordan's already got him to 16, and I mean, what does he follow up with next turn?
And he does have the Molten Collapse, so he can at least. So he has ways to get rid of the Goblin Guide and kind of stabilize.
He does. So I think what we're gonna see is he gonna do it now or is he gonna wait? I think Jordan should wait. I would wait. Oh, Eidolon.
Eidolon.
Yikes.
All right. Drawing that. And now, do you play the Douthie just to. have
No,
some
because
board
you cannot
presence?
block. You need to Molten Collapse
true,
the
true.
Eidolon right now.
Yeah.
You have to Molten Collapse Eidolon right now, which sucks of not being able to kill the Goblin Guide.
Yeah.
Which also sucks because you're going to take 2 damage killing the Eidolon. Alex is in a really rough spot.
Yeah. I mean, Goblin Guide might be able to find him the lands that he needs for Shieldred at least.
That's not what we're looking at.
No.
We're looking at the 2 damage from Eidolon in his
Oh.
whole hand.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you got to kill the Eidolon because those Orcish Bowmasters you're wanting to play them.
Yeah.
So Alex has got 2 choices here. He could just let this Goblin Guide happen, or he can collapse the Eidolon, or he can flash block with the. I like that play, the collapse.
Yeah.
Or he could flash block with the Bowmaster, which is what he may be doing next turn.
Yeah.
Jordan is so far ahead, and there's the Path of Exile.
I mean, shut off, but he does stop the Wear Tear.
It won't matter.
Oh.
It won't matter because he will wear and tear the Chalice, come to
Yep.
turn, and then path the Shieldred before he draws.
Yep.
Puke. Yeah, ride the Goblin Guide train.
Oh,
That's a land.
yeah. Best line he could have drawn.
Yep.
So, jeez.
A duplicate. That's
Awkward.
rough.
So, let's see. Alex just holding up the Bowmaster.
He said pass, I believe. So here we're gonna see the wear and tear.
Yeah. Yep, has to happen.
Jordan has also played this matchup excessively on Moto,
Mm,
so he has a lot of experience for sequencing with this matchup.
yeah.
But like, I have like.
Another land for Jordan.
That's good because he has Searing
And-
Blades in
yep.
hand. I think we play the Canopy land here. I think we swing with Goblin Guide and we use the Canopy land to bolt. And we hold up the fetch for the Blaze in hand. Ragman's fine.
Yep.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Yep. Flash
Do we do it now, though? So I think we let the ping happen,
Yeah.
and then we wait to see how he blocks.
Yeah. And then from there you can make your decision.
Yeah, because he's about to get Searing Blazed.
Yeah.
Now we fetch Blaze.
Or left it up for all.
Now we
can
path.
clutch.
Problem is if we path, we get hit by Shield Red.
Yeah. He's an exquisite firecraft he has too. Yeah. Yeah, so he's just saving the path for the children.
Jordan's still way ahead. Alex is at 7.
Yeah. Absolutely. Drawing the Ragavan, do you...
You let the Ragavan hit you.
Yeah.
Alex has to take a turn off to do it and use the treasure to catch the Shield Red because he has the Blackcliff Cleaves in hand.
Right.
So you just take this.
Yeah.
I think you leave the orc back. There you go. Jordan
The
takes
army, yeah.
Yeah, you leave the army back.
Yeah.
Just in case you... I mean, you can also fake you have another orc army because you have a Ragavan token treasure here.
Exactly.
This game is not over, though. Alex's sequencing matters incredibly important here. And Jordan had so much patience not to path that orc.
I mean, he knows about the children, and that is going to define the game if it resolves.
Did he see it off of the...
Off the Goblin Guide.
Goblin
flip.
Guide.
Yep.
So there's a skewer. I don't think we cast it, though. I think we cast this Dothy. I think we cast one of the Dothies.
Yeah, so that way you can at least have it available.
Yeah, because you're going to have 4 mana when you untap. I think
Yeah.
you have to cast the Dothy just to have the ability to sack Dothy to kill something.
Exactly. Or maybe even just sneak in some extra damage. Because if he's
Well, it makes it to where Jordan can't necessarily play Helix. If you have a Dothy out and you Helix, you have to Helix the Dothy.
Right.
Because if you Helix face, Alex can do it back in response and kill whatever. Or damage the face.
Yeah.
You don't want to... Yeah. So, I think pressuring the Dothy is really good.
Yeah.
What do we have in hand?
For Jordan?
Yeah. Oh, we're
Exquisite.
getting we're getting a mountain and we're sacking the canopy land to draw.
Yeah.
In response to Dothy.
Oh, yeah.
That way he doesn't have a canopy land under Dothy.
Right.
But Jordan also has 4 mana and doesn't need 4 mana. He wants the extra card draw. So more than likely, I will see this.
So even with an exquisite and a path in hand, he doesn't want the...
Yeah, does he have another land in hand? I think
Oh.
he has another fetch land in hand.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. He might have another...
I think he has a Scolding Tarn in hand.
Yeah.
We'll find out here in a second. Oh, he didn't do it before? Why did we not draw our card? Why did we not draw our card for...
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
He does. He has 2 fetches in
Yeah,
hand.
he just drew the second fetch.
And
then
another canopy land.
Yeah. So...
Yeah, we play the canopy land. We tap everything but either the canopy land or the to cast. And then we hold the path up.
Yeah.
Alex goes to 3.
And... Yeah, just Firecraft to him.
Yep.
Yep. Pathland land, get another draw, he'll find a burn somewhere.
Yeah, we're gonna have 2 draws because we're gonna draw off that canopy land when we untap.
Alex with the Chalice.
Chalice is pretty good.
Yeah.
Problem is Chalice doesn't stop Helix.
Good Chalice on 2.
He could. I don't think we Chalice here. I think we Shield Red, even
No.
though he has Path.
Yeah, I mean, he does know about Path.
Yeah.
Oh. Dash Ragavan, Chalice on 1. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then he rips a burn spell and kills him.
3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah.
And it shuts off his canopy.
Yeah. We might have to. Are we not swinging
He's
with
not?
Dothy? Dothy for Firecraft.
Ah,
That's 3, 6. That's 3, 5, 7. Exact damage.
that's
for Firecraft.
exact. Yeah. Wow.
I think we path the Orc token here.
Interesting.
We either path the Orc token or we path the Ragavan so that he can't hit a burn spell.
I like pathing the Ragavan, I think.
So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's still the same because of hitting a burn spell.
Mm.
So now it's going to be 5 to 9. So Jordan will go to 1. Go to 1, and he cannot use the Canopy Land.
Yep. Shuts off that land.
Correct.
Shuts off the card draw.
So I don't hate this play from Alex because he does get the Firecraft.
Yeah. Wow.
Alex has rallied back after Jordan's sick rips. Pretty well.
Yeah.
Because Jordan cannot Canopy Land with the Bowmaster.
That is.
Or he dies to the Exquisite Firecraft from Dothy.
Yeah. Wow. That's a great line.
Alex was very... And then shuts off the Jowson one. Alex played this beautifully.
Wow.
Yep. Take 4. Go to 1. Jordan has to have a 2-mana spell.
Lightning Helix. Skewer.
Is it Skewer?
Oh.
He can respond to the ping and cast a 2-mana spell.
Oh. Okay.
Why did you not draw? You can still draw. The ping goes on the sack and you can kill in response.
Yeah.
Why did we not attempt?
Yeah.
I wonder why we didn't attempt.
I don't know.
It's weird.
Yeah. Well, Alex was able to.
Yeah, because you draw your card and then the ping goes on the stack and you can still respond to it. So
Right.
had he drawn a Boros Charm, you could have killed him.
Rose Charm, Helix, yeah.
I'll ask Jordan about it after and see what he thought.
Yeah. Wow. That was a great line from Alex.
Or maybe when he did it, he drew quickly and noticed it wasn't worthwhile.
Yeah, I might have just seen it was land or something.
I didn't see him attempt to draw at all.
No, I didn't either.
I got to give that to Alex. That was beautiful.
Yeah, with just the soul read on the path.
Not even just that. Knowing that he had the Exquisite Firecraft under the Dothy.
Yeah. Having the capability of having his opponent dead on board without having to play anything else.
Yep.
Yeah, very resilient line.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Sequencing was very good. Alex played that beautifully.
All right, game 3 with Burn on the play.
That's bad.
Scary place to be.
Turtle and Goblin Guide, swing, go. Turtle and Goblin Guide, swing, go. Like,
Yeah.
I'll play my Ragavan. Pull your Ragavan, swing, go.
There's many ways to die.
Yeah. Oh, it's sick. You know, Jester, it's an opinion you have, but you have to let people play what they want. That's the beauty of what's being printed and whatnot. You don't have to agree with everything. I don't agree with everything, but if people like what they have, then they like what they have, and that's why they use it.
Yeah.
A lot of people feel very strongly about oil slick cards the same because it is hard to read them on the screen. However, up front, they look completely different, so it's... You know, people don't pick to play their cards on commentary. They get picked to play on commentary. They pick their cards because that's what they like.
Yeah. Or the Innistrad double feature line.
I get your opinion, and I'm saying that we got to think outside the box here because these people, I promise you, did not ask to play on camera. They were picked. Jordan definitely did not want to play on camera. I know Jordan pretty well.
All right. I don't think there's going to be any major change in sideboarding from Alex, but I saw Jordan maybe...
Jordan made some decisions out and in. I think he put the other 2 Exquisite Firecrafts in because he's on the play. Still a little bit better on the play because you can fill the graveyard for turn 3 to cast it. I think the Doctor Who Surge Foils, Jester, I think the Canopy lands look good, but I think the rest of them are a little too much. I also feel the same way about the Surge Foils from the Lord of the Rings set.
Yeah.
Some of them are a little too much and a little blinding when you look at them, even in person or on screen.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. Jordan's hand looks absolutely disgusting. That's a Path, a Searing Blaze, a Skewer,
A charm.
a Charm, 2 lands, a Fetch land, a Mountain, and what? I cannot tell. Is that a Canopy land?
Maybe.
I think it's...
Or is it Mountain?
No, one of them is a Arid Mesa. I think it's Arid Mesa, Canopy Land, Mountain.
Okay.
Could be wrong. We'll find out here in a
Yeah,
second.
we'll find out shortly. but no immediate like turn 1 play from him at least.
He's holding up the bolt for the Ragavan.
Yeah.
And didn't have it.
Or if he did, Alex chose not to play it.
Yeah, he also can hold up the Path of Exile to the double grief.
Yep.
Getting grief, you're pathing it immediately.
Yeah. Wow. A tap shock land out of burn. It happens.
Weird. Yeah, Jester, out of the Lord Ring set, I'm a really big fan of the scroll foils. However, I know a lot of people that don't like them. I'm not sure what event it was where players needed cards. Maybe it was one of the Dream Hacks. I know they're the Pioneer Dream Hacks. There's a lot of vendors that don't necessarily follow Pioneer like they should to be selling at the events. So it could have been DreamHack Atlanta. Yeah. I hear a lot of times when you go to these DreamHack events and you're looking at the vendor's selection, that they're kind of tone deaf for what events they're at.
That's just what they bring to every event.
Yeah. They don't follow the format like they should for vending a big event. On the flip side, there's other big vendors that absolutely follow the format and they have as many staples as they can, hoping that that's what the target market is. And those people bring those cards, and then all of a sudden the target market doesn't even need them. I've seen that too at like Vegas.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, you know, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
I know when I go to big events, I always try to like look for duels or other things that I know vendors are going to have that I could get cheap. Like, it's nothing that I'm looking for specific for the format because I bring my deck already with what I need.
Yeah, but on the flip side of what Jester just said, there's some people that want to make last-minute changes.
True.
Like, we had a few from our shop that went to DreamHack Atlanta and did that. They had a whole deck change right before submission. So
Yeah. But hey.
I get where Jester's coming from because it's frustrating if you want to make a change.
Yeah.
Charm you.
Take it.
Nasty.
Wear tear that Alex with his hand unavailable to us so far. Not quite sure what he has.
We'll find out here when he fetches.
Yeah.
So, Jester turning a huge profit could also just be arguing having available staples, right? How many people play in an event, they bring a deck, and then they're like, I want this other deck for the next time I come. Let's start picking up these staples while I'm thinking about it. I know a ton of people that do that, especially with Standard, where they're like, yeah, I started this deck and I don't want this deck anymore. I want to do another deck before I go home. Something sweet that I've watched somebody else play. And then they go and do that, right?
Yeah, I know I've been absolutely rocked by a deck before and be like, alright, I'm going to build that and play it next time.
Oh, the Searing Blaze. That's nasty. Because he played the Canopy land for turn. That's gross. You get an Orc, though.
Yeah, you get an Orc.
Yeah. I mean, you have to get rid of the Bowmaster with the Canopy land showing if you attempt to want to draw.
Right. And does he have another land in hand?
Alex?
No, Jordan, I don't.
I think he has another fetch land.
Yeah.
No.
No?
Wear and Tear Skewer. Oh, yeah, that's a
It's
mountain.
Okay.
Yeah, Wear and Tear Skewer Mountain. Dash Ragavan.
Dash Ragavan.
Are we letting the Ragavan hit us, or are we pathing? We'll path.
Yeah.
Please make sure your name is up here.
I thought I had seen another land in Alex's hand. Probably slow rolling it to see if he could get,
the path out.
yeah, or even just a piece of burn. Save some life.
I don't know if I agree with that hit, but giving him a treasure is also pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Pokemon players, your pairings for round number 1 are up on the screen. Pokemon players, your pairings for round number 1 are up on the screen.
Don't mind the background noise. There are several events running at the shop, and we just happen to be sitting next to the person with the microphone.
Yep.
That's rough.
Well, tap Blood Crypt.
I kind of don't hate Sack the Draw, but what else does he have?
A Skewer.
Does he have another damage spell? Oh, we're going to Skewer.
Oh, Skewer.
So we're going to Skewer for 3, and then we're going to take a damage and Skewer off Spectacle.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And we're going to Skewer again.
Yeah.
So Alex is at 5. Woo!
All right.
Does he draw it? I don't see the Shieldred.
Nope, not yet.
I believe there's 5 rounds, Jester. I will ask in between rounds
Oh.
to figure out a response to that. I want to say there's 5 and then cut to top 8.
Mulligan's command.
Let
pretty
me
big.
let me ask after this round, and I will definitely have an answer for you when I come back. Yeah, Colgan's command was really nasty here because we're getting 2 damage in with the Bowmaster, and we have a canopy draw.
Yeah.
So Jordan losing wear and tear is fine, but we're staring down the barrel of him drawing shoulder at any time.
Yep.
What was in his hand?
I barely see it.
I think it was another canopy land.
It looked like some type of. This,
I thought it was another Sunbait Cannon,
It could
but
be.
I didn't quite see it.
maybe he's debating whether he wants to sack draw before he plays it.
Hey, Brad.
I don't have any more, buddy.
Hey, Brad. So we have a Goblin guy that's really good here.
Yeah.
Alex is tapped. He's kind of forced to block. That Fable's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's forced to block.
Yeah. Yep. Another canyon.
Yeah, we're more than likely sacking to draw that at end step.
Absolutely.
Unless Alex has the other Bowmaster, and if he does, that Goblin Guy's dead. Steven, the camera is discoing again. I am not sure what is causing it to lose focus. Thank you for figuring that out, Steven.
Yeah, attack there from Alex. Pretty aggressive.
Yeah,
But-
Fable.
Yeah, he had a Fable.
No, the Fable blocks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no,
But-
you want... So, you're in a position where you are racing damage.
Right.
You are
Yeah.
preying off the top decks right now. If I'm Alex, I'm Molten Collapsing this Goblin Guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he has to.
He does.
But he also just needs to close the game out. Fetch land.
Hey, Pokemon players, guess what? Sorry for the delay, there's a repair. Pokemon players, there's a repair.
So Alex has a lightning bolt in hand and a blood crypt. I'm surprised he didn't hold on to the fetch land because I don't know if he's activating the fetch land at 5.
He might go to 4.
Suspend
Suspend
Rift
Rift Bolt. What's in his hand?
I don't know.
Because Jordan's going to be going to 3 with the bolt. That's game.
It's a blood moon.
No, I'm saying Alex has 5 damage on board with the bolt in hand.
Oh yeah. Oh no, yeah. Alex is dead.
So,
Or, sorry,
Jordan's dead.
Yeah.
Unless he kills this shaman.
Yeah.
Now? Jordan, are you up there? Yeah, Jordan, table 1.
Yeah, trying to decide if he's gonna go 3.
There's 2 people sitting at table 5.
Yeah, I think I would have held onto the marsh flats to pitch that in the blood crypt to the
Jordan
Fable.
absolutely has to bolt this Orc token.
Yeah.
And pray there's not another Bowmaster in hand. Or we kill the Fable token and take the 3, go to 5. Jordan's got to do something here. Because if he does not, he loses. Because Alex can play this Chalice on 1, but we have a Rift Bolt, and we have any of the Spectacle costs off the top.
Right. I mean, Alex can chalice for 3.
Sure, he can.
Yeah, I mean,
Jordan knows that he has to. He's playing around Bolt. Yep,
all right.
plays around Bolt. That's it. That's good.
Yep.
Good reading the room here. Jordan goes to 6. Alex makes a treasure. He already made the treasure, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can play it without fetching.
Yep.
If we do that, a Goblin Guy up the top might wreck it.
Yes. We would have the marsh flats for a bolt,
Correct. You're right.
but he would go down to 2.
It's also bad.
But if Jordan's top decking, then that's
I
fine.
think Alex is gonna cast this on 3.
Yep.
To counter the
Rift Bolt.
The Rift Bolt.
Yep.
All right, playing off the top.
Yep.
Hey, Pokemon players, another repair.
Yeah, I don't know if there's
Repair.
any
Pokemon players.
card in Jordan's deck.
Well, we're still ahead here. Jordan only goes to 5 with the with this in the bolt.
Yeah. Goes
So
around.
Alex needs a Ragavan.
Yeah.
It's the Goblin Guide. Oh, Swift Spear.
Swift Spear.
Yep. Swing for 1.
Yeah. You let that one through.
I would have fetched.
Not dead after all.
Yeah, I would have fetched. I would have fetched and applied the pressure. Now that lane is for sure dead. On the flip side, though, we do have a bolt for the Swift Spear,
Yeah.
so we couldn't have fetched. That might be why.
Yeah.
What do we got?
I couldn't tell. There's so many just like bolts of lightning across the sky for the art. It all looks the same.
Alright, I'm gonna get you in this time, but you guys gotta be here by okay?
So he can not dead after all the
No worries.
mirror breaker if he does decide to go for it.
We are not doing that. We are just straight bolting the Swift Spear.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're bolting Swift Spear.
Okay.
There's no reason to block.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
If we bolt the Swift Spear, we have an active Fable online.
and then that also kills him.
Correct.
Yeah.
So unless Jordan has a removal spell for the Fable,
Yep.
we are not blocking.
Yep.
We are just bolting. Because we get to come to turn, activate Fable on that, and swing for exact.
Yep.
This was a really tight game, and you've got to give it to Alex for how clean he played this.
Yeah. Very.
Especially that game 2 where he was down and out.
Yeah.
Like the Chalice play, Jordan having to play around it,
Now, Pokemon players,
with just having really good 2-drops and then having the wear and tear into the path.
Yeah.
Alex reading the path. Like, Alex played that very, very well. So, we're untapping. And that's
Bowmaster.
for sure game.
Yeah.
We are flashing in a Bowmaster. We're pinging face. We are copying Bowmaster, pinging face, and then we are bolting. Or, we're swinging and then waiting for him to attempt to get rid of something.
Yeah. Because he has bolt and bowmaster.
Correct.
So. Yeah, potentially seeing if he had a lightning helix, so that way he would be able to get out above
There it is.
both of those. Yeah.
You've got to give it to Alex. That was really good.
Yeah.
Jordan has nothing to be disappointed about. That was very well played.
Yeah, by both players.
Yeah, I give it to both those guys. Jordan's at least laughing and in happy spirits after that tough loss. That was a very good game.
Yeah.
That's going to do us for round 2.
Round 2, yeah.
We have 6 rounds confirmed by Steven. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys back for round 3.
We'll see you then. All right, everybody, welcome to round 3 of our Rockets 1K series. Looks like we have our pairing for the round is Living End and then Amulet Titan, which is going to be a pretty exciting one. Titan kind of on the lower end of percentages for our meta for today at only 4%. And Living End, I think, just might be a, yeah, another 4%, just only 2 decks each represented today. But this will be an interesting matchup. So Living End and Amulet Titan.
Oh, this is very Living End favored.
Yeah.
The difference though is you have Nick, who's an amazing Amulet Titan pilot, who can just get there.
Yeah.
Let me grab these deck lists for us.
Yeah, let's check them out.
Here you go.
Wonderful. So yeah, with this Living End.
So Living End list, right? You're gonna look at Nick. Nick has what looks to be very streamlined Living End list, where you've got Troll, Strip Riverwinder, Waker of Waves, Generous Ant, Street Race, Subtly, Grief, Creator of Mysteries, Architect of Wills, Chartless Agent. Very, 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 very standard Living End package.
Yeah, straightforward.
There's nothing really spicy here. Waker of Waves is something that a lot of Living End lists cut, especially post Grief ban, or not Grief, Fury ban.
Yeah.
Because you're not really needing to bounce a whole lot of things. However, Teferi is still around. And you can Waker the Teferi back to their hand with the channel ability.
Yeah.
It's pretty gross. I do love this stupid sideboard card. Brian Crochbar 2 from me earlier. Dampening Matrix.
Yeah.
Dampening Matrix is a curse totem for 3, but it also hits artifacts, so it hits the One Ring. The One Ring kind of hurts Living End quite a bit. There's a lot of lists that play it. You know, trigger protection, come to turn and get card advantage and can maybe fight back what's going on. Outside of that, Nick's sideboard's pretty stereotypical. We got Endurance's Flaminor, Force of Vigor, Foundation Breaker, Leyline of Sanctity, Leyline of Lord and Subtlety.
Yeah.
Nick, I'm pretty familiar with Nick's list. Nick is easily one of the better Titan players we have in our area. I don't need to toot his horn. He does that himself with his finishes.
I'm pretty sure we've seen him on some other Rocket series as well.
Yeah, he won one of the Modern Series Rocket Series. He's very good.
Yeah.
Nick is also very comfortable with his list. He very rarely adjusts it.
Yeah, I mean, there's some spelunking from the sideboard.
Defense grid.
Yeah.
You're gonna see grid. You're gonna see grid come up in this match because grid really makes violent outbursts on Nick's turn.
Right. And what about the Curse Totem? Is that new, or has that been there for a while?
Curse Totem, it's kind of new, and you need it for Yagmoth.
Yeah. Yeah, after the resurgence of that. Cool. So looks like we are keeping, and Nick is going down to 6. Pitching a forest. Yeah, looks like he has plenty of other lands. All right. And yeah, immediately getting griefed here. It's kind of rough.
That's normal.
Yeah.
Nick is very used to this, except it's not coming with another grief.
At least.
There's no not dead after all. Not dead after all grief is kind of really rough into what Nick's trying to do.
Yeah.
You're going to see more than likely the Amulet being taken here.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you take Titan, you're going to have to answer to a bounce land off the top.
Yeah.
Because we can go Forest, Grazer, bounce land, additional lands, Forest, Grazer, additional land, Grazer, bounce land, pass with 2 lands and play an Amulet. We can't have that.
No. Yep, and taking the Amulet there. And decide on which land to play. Going with the Otawara. All right. And then Nick drawing 1 ring. Not too much action for him right now. So he needs to find something to do. Probably trying to decide if he wants to hold onto a Boseiju, or do you think he should just play the Boseiju with the Arboreal Grazer there?
I think he's gonna slam these grazers.
Oh,
No, that's
No.
really surprising. Maybe it's because he doesn't want to play the Boseiju out and he wants to hold it.
yeah.
Right. This is there's.
And then, yeah. Tap Steam Vents. So, kind of a slow start for both of them. Oh, Urza Saga.
I mean,
picking up the
you
pace
you
there.
can play a little slow unless you see your opponent play another amulet, right? Because you just grief their hand.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff comes up, and that's kind of what we're gonna see here. Nick is very favored game one. It's kind of ridiculous unless Nick just has a god hand, right? How does this how does Titan beat, or not Titan? I'm sorry. How does Living End beat a god hand from Titan? Because when you have an amulet, if you draw a second amulet or this Urza Saga,
Yeah, it's...
if you resolve a Titan with two amulets, it's going to be another Titan and potentially a third Titan, or you're giving them both haste and vigilance and both double strike.
Yeah.
Because there's Vezuva lines in Nick's deck.
Yep.
It's unless you have that shit in hand. Then if they're in hand, you're not doing anything. So, but you are going to see Nick probably just take this game very quickly. In his graveyard, we have
Troll.
the Troll, the Grief, and the Sidewinder that has hexproof. It's a 5/5.
Yeah.
Unless Nick has Endurance, which does he playing mainboard Endurance?
I didn't see any.
Doesn't look like it.
Does any have any on the side at least?
I don't even see a Bajuka, but he does have it in the sideboard. He doesn't have a Bajuka Bog mainboard either. Which, that's normal to not have Bog mainboard. Some of the lists just disrespect some of the other decks in the format
Yeah.
by having mainboard Bog, but Nick is not one of them. You are gonna see this Living End. Like it's this game's pretty much over.
Yeah. So...
I say this. Nick has a One Ring in hand and could just draw a Titan. Or could just draw a an amulet with a bounce land.
Yeah, but the Grief's coming back.
We're gonna take the One Ring.
Yeah. His only out, really.
Yeah. Unfortunately. This is
And-
pretty normal for how this game one goes.
Yeah.
Sideboard wise, Nick is gonna be putting in both these endurances, both these defense grids. Potentially
I think the Bajuka Bog.
Bog.
Yeah.
Just because you can Teleria West for it.
Yeah.
Or Expedition Map. Is he on map? He is on map. So yeah, we'll see Bog, both these defense grids, both these endurances.
And what do you want to take out? Or...
Honestly, you're probably going to cut some of the land package. Maybe Azusa.
Okay.
I strongly disagree with cutting Azusa because of the acceleration, but some lists just want to get, like, they don't trust it.
Right.
I love Azusa because you can go, like, Forest, Grazer, put another land, Amulet, go, come to turn, play a land, cast Azusa, and then just bounce your land into a Titan with a Amulet out.
Okay.
There's also a couple double Amulet starts where you can go Amulet into Amulet, bounce land, make 4 mana, bring it up, Azusa, and then go off. Right? You can go like Forest, Amulet, come to turn, play second Amulet, play first bounce land, make 4 mana, play Azusa, make 4 mana, have 8.
Yeah.
Get Titan, bounce the stuff back to hand. You're going to go get Simic Gotrim with Teleria West with 2 mana floating. Make 2 mana off the Teleria West, make 4 mana off the bounce land, bounce the Teleria West, and Teleria West into Summoner's Pact into another Titan. It's like, with 2 amulets out, it's really gross.
Yeah, some of these Titan lines are just so overwhelming.
They're absurd.
Yeah.
They're absurd. So you're definitely going to see Nick going for the amulet.
Yeah.
Unless... I don't see... Why would we get Expo Map here, though?
He doesn't have any...
Yeah, we're not getting Expo Map.
Yeah.
He's trolling. He's giving me content. That's what he's doing. He's intentionally trolling me. Nick's my boy. I love Nick.
Making us double check if there's a Bajuka Bog or something, but it's already past that point now. There's no point in it.
Bog is a sideboard.
Yeah.
Matt Bog is absolutely right. Way too late. But again, this is normally how game ones go,
Mhm.
2 and 3 are very different because Endurance is a very good card in this matchup.
Yeah.
It forces Nick to have to mold to Grief, or just does he have it or not with Endurance? And then like if Nick molds to Grief and griefs him and there's no Endurance and Nick top decks it, it's over. Like this to me is a very skill intensive games 2 and 3. That could be very widely shifted by either player for how well they open.
Yeah.
Right? Living In can open just absolutely disgusting with Grief into like a Street Wraith, into like untap, double discard, or double cycle like Sidewinders, right? So you have a Grief, 2 Street Wraiths, 2 Sidewinders with 2 lands, and then play your 3rd land Violent Outburst.
Yeah, or even just a troll, like a troll.
Or a troll.
Yeah.
And then Nick can be over here with an Amulet start into the double Amulet Azusa line,
Right.
and just say the game is over.
Yeah.
Like, it's very, very, very skill intensive unless you just draw like a god. And then here comes a bunch of damage.
Yep. Going to blocks.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the end of it. All right. So then for Living End, do they really need to sideboard that much for Titan?
Yes, they do. You're going to see Dampening Matrix because he needs to shut off Nick's One Rings.
Yeah.
One Ring is a very disgustingly good Magic card in this matchup. There's a couple slower hands for Titan where they can like turn to a One Ring with Azusa, or turn 3 and just sit there and maintain the game off that One Ring. Because yes, you get the protection, which means they can't grief you, but you also get 3 cards. You get a card for the turn, card for turn, and then 2 more, so it's 4, but 3 off the ring. Right? That's pretty important in this matchup because as soon as you start getting card advantage, it's more chances to draw Endurance. You're gonna maybe see Flame of Anur to stop Amulet, but at the same time, Flame might be too slow.
Yeah.
Nick is not playing
Well, it looks like
King Nut Tour, but he is playing Foundation Breaker. You're probably gonna see these Foundation Breakers come in because you're gonna evoke them for a green to kill the Amulet. You also might see Leyline of Sanctity. I doubt it, but Leyline of Sanctity would shut off Valakut lines because you cannot be targeted.
Right.
So I mean, there's an argument for it, but I don't know.
So it looks
I
like
feel
Nick-
like it's a no.
Nick was taking out some Sagas and a One Ring, and at least one Arboreal Grazer there.
So Steven, I see that you said that they forgot to use the pad for this game. That's fine. Game 1 is usually pretty, oh, you're dead.
Yeah.
Games 2 and 3 are also going to be pretty close to you're dead.
So
We are basically staring down the barrel of 2 combo decks that want to be ships passing in the night.
glass cannon.
They want as very little interaction with each other as possible because they want to be the person that goes off uncontested.
Yeah.
Titan, if they go for it, want to kill you all at once. You are a fetch shock deck. Titan's easiest line is 18 damage. So as soon as you fetch shock, you're at 17. Titan is just like, licking their chops. We're going to go straight for that 18 damage line.
Yep.
It's pretty puke. So we're taking a ring out, taking some Grazers and some Sagas out.
Yeah, and then
I don't hate this at all from Nick.
Yeah.
What are we... We're definitely putting the bog in. If we're
Yeah.
taking that many cards out, we're definitely doing Endurance and double defense grid.
Yeah.
Are we doing Dismembers? Did those come in?
I
Did
couldn't
Generous...
see.
I think the Generous Ints probably also came in.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah, because you have Reach, so you can block the flying creatures effectively.
Yeah, I mean, you could also just pitch them.
Yeah, pitch them.
Yeah.
Yeah, find a green source, pitch them. Yes, that's...
Yeah, that's...
But I mean, I'm talking more along the lines of it coming back off Living End.
Right.
It's very effective as a 5/7.
Yeah.
It blocks Sidewinder. It blocks Wake. Does it block Waker Waves? Even though Waker gives negative, I think Waker only gives negative to the power. Let me look that up.
I believe it's, just...
Waker. Wait.
I think it's just -1, -0 to each.
It is -1, -0. No, Waker does not. It is a 7/7, so you would die.
You would die to the... Yeah,
You
with
would
the
die.
end, yeah.
So it doesn't block Waker. Waker also is the one where you look at the 2 tip cards, put one of them in your hand. So it's not the one I was thinking of.
Okay.
I'm thinking of Turtle.
Oh, the Channeler?
And I don't think Nick is on Turtle. So it won't block Waker. It will block Stripped Sidewinder. We're obviously not blocking Troll unless we have multiple creatures.
Right.
It can block another Generation. It potentially can block a straight Wraith.
And
Because more than likely, Nick's not on Urborg, right? He's not on Urborg. It's like, yeah, we don't have swamps in this deck.
yeah.
Our swamps come from the Golgari Rot Farm, so it's not, you know, our black source comes from Golgari Rot Farm.
Right.
It can block Subtly. I'm pretty sure it can block Architect and Curator.
So.
Yeah, it's blocking Curator because it's a 4/4, and I'm pretty sure it can block Architect. So it's really, I mean, it's important.
Yeah, I think Nick taking an easy mulligan there after 3 Dryad of Elysians and single Growth Chamber and not much else. And Living End still trying to decide potentially whether or not to keep. Does have a Shardless Agent at least.
The Waizuno, what do you mean something negative with shuffling? What are you trying to infer that you witnessed? I was looking at TCG Player, so I'm not seeing what you're commenting on. I mean, we also could be seeing something that could be also misleading because Nick is sitting there right in front of him, and I know Nick Medina is also very Nick Medina is also very vigilant while he's playing. So if he feels like Nick 2 is shuffling and it seems like he was doing something wrong, Nick would definitely grab his deck and shuffle, you know, as he's allowed to do.
Yeah.
But I think maybe we just seen something that honestly was a bit of a stretch on what we're calling.
Yeah. But Nick 2 there with Bajuka Bog.
So yeah, we're going to open the Screef.
Yeah. Yep. Get rid of the Titan. All lands.
Interesting hand from Nick Medina. Because if he passes and then fetch shocks for the Sidewinder, I couldn't tell if he has a Street Wraith in hand or not. But you're going to have to question when do you Street Wraith because of this Bajuka Bog.
He did pitch it to the Grief, so I don't know if you had seen that.
I don't know if it's a second one.
Okay.
I couldn't fully tell from his hand. It looks like it is.
Okay.
But it could have also been an Architect of Masteries because it looks very similar. See, I can't tell what that is.
No,
Was that a Stomping Ground? I can't tell what this is.
Yeah.
So this looks like Sidewinder, Charlotte State, Beseiju, Stomping Ground. I cannot tell what that far left card. Oh, it's a troll.
It's a troll, yeah.
It's a troll.
Off
So it's even worse.
Yeah.
It's even worse because you're looking down the barrel of a Beseiju. So what do you do here? Do you fetch shock cycle the Sidewinder and then you pressure with the 2 living in? Which is not good enough.
No.
I don't know. This is very interesting.
And you know the Bog's coming.
Correct.
So there's at least 2 Titans coming.
I'm with 2 here,
Amulets.
right? I'm gonna play this Lattice, this or Gardens, I mean.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna bounce? That's absurd. He's wild.
Okay.
I am so down with playing Lattice and then letting the Saga trigger to 3 and then copying it with the...
Yeah.
I don't know. There's got to be something Nick knows that we don't know.
Yeah, I was expecting 2 amulets to come out after he fetched one and then was able to copy it.
I don't know. This is very interesting.
Yeah.
Nick's 2 is the Amulet Titan guru here, man.
Yeah.
This man sees all kinds of things that I do not see constantly while he's playing.
Yeah.
And we have conversations about it, and he's like, no, this is this. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Nick is very good on that deck.
Yeah.
So if he's got a reason for doing this, because, again, we're also looking at it from outside of the perspective, because we see each other's hand, we see both their hands.
Right.
Nick could be also trying to play around something that I'm not prepared for.
Right.
Does Foundation Breaker hit lands?
Oh, yeah.
That could be what he's playing around.
Mm.
Yes. Enters the battlefield, destroy target artifact or enchantment. So he could be playing around Foundation Breaker.
Okay.
Because Nick Medina untaps with 2 mana and can evoke Foundation Breaker and kill Saga. That could be what he's playing around.
Yeah. Okay.
Again, like I said, 2 is he knows what's going on, and Nick has a Beseiju in his hand.
Yeah. So there's
He
a
could have
reason.
Beseiju, yes.
Yeah.
So it's good. Good that he did that. But again, that's such a patient play that it's not coming from me.
No.
Like, it's coming from me in terms of we are going to get this amulet and go to town, and that's obviously wrong.
Right.
Maybe we bog here?
I think bog. Because when your opponent has the potential to go to 3 lands... I mean, it does bring back a Primeval Titan.
Correct. This is very cat and mouse
Yeah.
to see who goes for it first.
Yeah, I was gonna pull the trigger.
I think I bog here.
I like it.
Yeah, I think I bog here because this resets that Titan is staying in that graveyard.
Yep. So on the next living end, you're gonna get that one still.
I kind of like the Beseiju line.
Beseiju destroying
The Saga or the Dryad.
Yeah,
Can you destroy Dryad?
Yeah,
I think
it's
you
an
can,
enchantment.
yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if Beseiju said non-creature.
Nah, it lists them specifically.
What did we draw?
Yeah.
Is that another troll?
Yeah, I think it's a showcase.
The scroll.
The
foil.
scroll.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love them. They're so dope. But again, they're not everybody's cup of tea.
Yeah.
I got the rings and the fourth is like that, and I don't regret it. That subtly is insane.
Yeah.
Do we have a pitch card? Do we have the
Do we have
Master
another-
still in hand? Oh, we have Charlotte's Agent.
Charlotte's Agent, yeah.
We can pitch that Charlotte's Agent if we have to a Titan. It's not great, but
No,
it does
I-
give us a turn.
Yeah.
Do we
I don't know if we would
Charlotte's
want to.
now?
I would
I don't
char-
think we can. Because if we do it now, we give Nick Teleria West bounce land. And he has a Titan in play.
Yeah.
We give him some Micro Chamber. So that Nick would have to have a second blue source, but he'd bounce Teleria West. Or we get we're Besejuing the Urza now?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can't make constructs. I don't hate that. This does give Nick a green source though. This also gives Nick a bounce target.
Yeah.
Like a clean bounce target. Because you can play bounce land, pick that up and replay it with Dryad.
Right.
I will say this, the longer this game goes, the more it benefits Nick too. Because it gives Nick time to assemble an endurance in hand for the living end,
Ooh, natural.
which gives him back the Titan.
Yeah. And then just the amulet there.
Dryad beats. Look at my boy go.
Yeah. Yep. Looks good. Yep. And then holding on to what?
We just wait. We wait to copy.
Yeah, we don't need to copy yet.
Force of Vigor is pretty gross here if we copy now.
Yeah.
Which Nick Medina is on Force of Vigor.
Yep, troll going in the graveyard.
Not surprised.
Yeah, looks like we might be setting up for living end.
Well, he's also hoping that 2 does not have a endurance.
Yeah.
We have green, white showing.
Yeah.
Flashing an endurance would be flashing endurance would be absolutely disgusting here.
Yeah.
Obviously we'd lose the endurance, but we'd get back a Titan. Because the endurance would go to the graveyard.
I'd trade that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All day long.
Yeah.
So if I'm Medina here and I'm looking at this Dryad and I'm looking at an amulet, it's really scary to living in here.
Well, the Dryad would go away, right?
Correct. But you are bringing out a Titan
Right.
with an amulet and the ability to copy an amulet.
Yeah.
You do not have a grief because it got bogged.
Yep.
If you had a grief, you might be more inclined to do it, hoping that you can see their hand.
Yeah.
But that doesn't stop their godlike top decks. It just doesn't.
Right.
And it doesn't stop Titan either. Like, you can clearly go get a Valakut, knowing that if they get to a point where they have to living in again, your Dryad will come out with a Valakut in play. Right?
Yeah.
So there's just a lot of things that can really happen right there
It looks like there's
that aren't good. Yeah. 2 is being patient for this amulet.
Oh yeah.
The amulet play. He's also being patient for the living into the Titan. Is that a generous in his hand?
No, I think that's another Dryad.
Oh my goodness. And a Beseiju.
Yeah. So is he just being patient to try to get Valakut?
No. 2 is forcing Nick to living it.
Okay.
So that he gets a Titan out. Because him getting a Titan goes and gets both Valakuts with the Dryad in hand.
Yeah.
And then he can bounce and trigger everything.
Yeah.
leaving Nick with creatures, but he should just be dead to the Titan attack trigger.
Yeah.
With 2 Valakutes in play. Like I said, Nick, too, is playing cat and mouse. He is sitting back, just waiting
He knows he
to
doesn't
either,
need to.
1, draw Endurance
Yeah.
for full blowout, or 2, force Medina to go for it and then get punished by having the Titan come back. Nick needs to draw an answer to get rid of that Titan, and I don't think he has one. He maybe should have brought in Leyline of the Voids. I don't know. I don't play Living End. I've never played Living End.
Yeah.
I've watched Living End quite a few times, and it's hard. It's hard for me to gauge what's going on with that.
Yeah, more Dryad beats. And
Expo, I'm catching myself talking and then having to figure that out. So I'm trying. I appreciate you pointing that out with me trying to call last names with them having the same first name.
yeah.
I know both of them very well, so it's kind of hard for me to look at this and keep doing that because I don't refer to either of them by their last name. So I am trying. Thank you for pointing that out. I honestly think 2 is in a big spot ahead here.
Yeah. Another Mycosynth.
Like, Medina really needs to draw a bounce spell. Like, does any of his creatures bounce? This is why you play with the turtle. Because if he had turtle, he could turtle the Amulet, or turtle the Titan before it could attack.
He had Otawara in the first game.
Otawara might be what we're looking for here then.
Yeah.
Because we can Living End. We're a mana off from being able to Otawara. Because we don't have a legendary.
Right, no legendary in the graveyard. No. Oh, there it is. So 7 mana.
Yeah, so basically we would Living End. We would pass. Our opponent would go to attacks and attempt to attack, and we would Otawara it back.
Yeah.
And then he'd have to recast, which he could still get value from it because of Dryad.
Yep.
And the bazillion amulets with these gardens, but I don't know. Turtling the Titan does matter because it's the same thing as Otawara, Zach. So if it's the same line as Otawara because you can channel it back before you can attack to his hand.
Yeah.
So it serves the same purpose to channel it as Otawara would. And it costs 1 less mana to channel. It's 3. Since we don't have a legendary if we were to do Otawara.
All right, and just...
I mean, these Dryad beatdowns are absolutely stupid. We're
Yeah.
almost to the point where if the Valakutes come out, the game is over.
Yeah.
Medina has made this game take a lot longer than it should have.
Is he just going to flash in Subtlety to block on the next turn? Like,
I think you should do it now.
it looks like he's just taking it.
I would flash subtlety now.
I would too.
So I understand where you're coming from, Zach, but that's also under the impression that that's what he's grabbing when it enters, because we're turtling it back to his hand before he gets to do a clean attack. And if he goes and gets a second Titan, unless he has something around the Valakutes, because Nick Medina had a Beseju, we don't know if he has a second Beseju in hand. If you do the Valakut line and you get your Dryad Beseju'd, then you can just Living End all the Titans away. I agree with you, him being smart enough to do that, but it also doesn't matter if if his opponent has a Beseju in hand.
Yeah, so I think we're still just waiting for
I
something
think
to happen.
I think
Two
Two
just
has got this game just
Yeah.
simply because of how long he's drugged this out.
Yeah.
Medina has also put himself in a spot where Nick has had plenty of opportunities to draw endurance.
Yeah. And it's blunking. Maybe.
I don't think Splunking is gonna help that here, unless you just want a card draw.
Yeah, just replace itself. Potentially find something to play.
I like but then like multiplayer decks actually well funny enough
Then there we go. Figuring out how to tap our mana. It's blunking out.
Splunking is literally just like cantrip here.
Yeah.
you play Rapunzel.
Nick is just trying to be efficient, or 2 is just trying to be efficient.
Yeah.
He's trying to not take full turns off so that he also can draw that endurance. It's just really hard for Medina to beat an endurance here, which he's also just playing into by giving him more turns. But at the same time, it's been really unfortunate for Medina that 2 has had an amulet with a Garden's out, and then he has a second Garden, so if he does bring Titan back, it's really disgusting.
Yeah. And then does he just pick up the Bajuka Bog at this point?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
pick up Bog, and we
Yeah.
replay it with Dryad, and the game's over.
Yep.
Well, it's not over. There's the Flash and Sub deletes, but
Flush and Sap, yeah.
it's just effectively over.
Right. And probably being patient and not going to play another Elysian because he knows that there's a way to living in it away. Would you try to get...
So he's forcing Medina to Violent Outburst now.
Okay.
That's what's happening by playing Baseju. Or not Baseju,
the
Bog.
Bajuka?
Yeah, Bajuka Bog. So we're forcing the living in now, and this is where he would get full blown out if there's endurance.
Yeah.
However, it's kind of like, because if there's an endurance, we're forced to subtlety it, and then that endurance is gonna be on top.
That's true. So like
All right.
Let's find out how sick this is.
yeah, I think you're just playing that. Yeah, friends on the other side. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I got it. I don't want to say yeah. Oh, I know. So like we went,
So what lands do you think you're going to grab if you're Nick?
Valakut's.
Yeah.
We have second Dryad in hand, and he's at 4.
Yeah, and then you just...
And then it forces him to get rid of anything. Like he has to shut off the Dryads.
Yeah.
This Dryad is going away, and we're getting tied with 2 Valakuts.
Yeah.
We're coming to turn and playing a Dryad, and we already have a bounce land in hand.
We have
That's
a bounce in
completely
hand.
game. Yeah.
So that's the end of the game.
Yeah.
So that, yeah.
Because you're gonna have 2 Valakut triggers on the first bounce land. You're laying for turn.
Right. Right.
Supposed to post about their like bigger play.
I think Medina is asking how that interaction works with Splunking. While they're doing that, I'm gonna grab another drink because I believe we're going to a game 3.
Yeah. Yeah, just to essentially be the end of the game.
But from the player, I did shoot one just in time. Or
Yeah, a little surprised Medina didn't flash in that subtlety just to be above his current life total.
it's just like
But yeah,
this multiplayer. Like,
Yeah, I'm grabbing double Valakut here.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm grabbing double Valakut is that even if my opponent has Boseiju, I still have a single Valakut in play.
right.
And it will trigger my next turn with my 2 land drops with the Dryad in hand.
I think he has 2 Dryas in hand too.
I don't know how many he has in hand, but a single one ends the game.
Right.
He has subtleties, so the 2 would help for
Yeah.
this. And even if he did have just the 1, putting it back on top and trying to win with the damage on board is not enough. Because we can block with Titan on the Sidewinder. And we would only deal 10 with the bird flying and the troll. And we're at 20, so our life total is so healthy.
Yeah. So it looks like he went for Teleria West.
He's just going to go the safe route to make sure he has another Dryad.
Yeah. Like bounce it, return it to hand, Summoner's Pact.
Yeah,
and-
Summoner's back for a second Dryad.
Yeah.
He's playing incredibly patient.
Yep.
So here comes the subtlety in Medina's hand.
Yeah. And because he should still have the Shardless Agent to pitch to it.
Correct.
Yep.
Oh, he has 2 subtleties in hand.
Okay.
Yeah, they had the 5-minute tutu now.
Oh, hard cast it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Might as
And
well.
then pitch the other one.
Yeah.
It's fine. I think he still lives combat-wise.
On the other side. Yeah.
But Medina has a couple live draws with Ottawara. Ottawara the Titan and swing through.
Yeah.
That might be enough because we have 5, 9, 15. Nope, 18. It's not enough, but it's
Jeez.
close.
Yeah. Yeah, Second Subtlety will put Second Right on top. Or, no, looks like...
Have we played a land yet? Because if we have not played a land yet, and we have a bounce lands,
You can pick up...
is the Tolaria West still in play, or we already transmute it?
No, it's in place
Yeah,
still.
so we
I
could
think...
bounce, transmute, then Dryad.
No, I think he played his land to Bajuka Bog.
Oh, we already... Did he bog again?
Oh, that was this turn.
I thought that was last turn that he bogged.
This has all been on 2's turn. Because he Violent House first at instant speed. So...
Oh, it's the same... Yeah, okay, you're right.
Yep.
You're right. I thought we'd already moved to his other turn.
Yeah.
You are right.
Alright, well... Looks like Nick has passed the turn. Nick, too, has passed the turn.
Yeah, too.
Holding up a Beseju and a Gardens. But yeah, I don't think he has any natural mountains that he would be able to play off the bounce land on his next turn.
Oh, for Valakut's?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
No. So he'll have to do the...
He also doesn't
back
have
line.
enough mountains to trigger it without Dryad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're just going to play it off the top.
Yeah.
It's also a smart swing by Medina to keep the Sidewinder because we can block the Titan.
Yep.
And unless we're forcing him to do double strike.
Let me look at somebody's order.
Yeah.
Alright, and then... Scry? Or just draw?
Just drop.
Yeah. Oh, it's a cycler. Yeah.
The other one is
It
the
was
one, the look at to put one in the graveyard, put one in your hand.
Yeah.
I think we are digging for another subtlety.
Yeah, trying to find anything to interact with the...
Grief, unfortunately, is not good enough.
No, we might as well...
Yep. 2 lands. We're gonna Charlotte's now.
Yeah. Get rid of the... Titan.
Brings back the Dryad, though.
Yeah. And he knows he has a land in hand with the Valakut.
Yep.
Yep. And I think that's the last card in Medina's hand, too, so it's not like he has anything to do.
Yep.
Yep.
I think Medina just realized the Valakut Dryad.
Yeah.
Yep. He's gonna pass, die, and we're gonna go to a game 3 with Medina on the play.
Yep.
Let's see if it's missed. I highly doubt it.
Yeah. Okay.
Now
There
he
we go.
realizes. That's rough.
Yeah.
On the flip side, Medina also playing Endurance. We might see that. Now that we've realized our grief into Titan brought Titan back with our living in,
Yeah.
we might be doing that.
And it's possible he had already boarded it, because it doesn't look like he's changing his sideboard plans.
I don't know. That would be a question for afterwards that I'll have to ask him.
Yeah.
Like I said, 2 has played this matchup a lot. He's very comfortable on Titan. And he played that exactly how he should.
Yeah.
With being very patient, Dryad beats, making you make the plays and then reacting to them. I mean, the only thing that 2 wanted probably to go differently there is to just hard draw Endurance.
Right.
Right? The hard draw Endurance, when you are living end, you're just going to evoke it in, get rid of the whole graveyard, living end goes off. Actually, you would invoke it in when living end's on the stack. Otherwise, they would decline to cast it.
True.
So you're gonna let them, let them do the thing. Let them attempt the living end. Or either hardcast or evoke grief. I think you would evoke, so that you could let it go to the graveyard and bring that back and have a Titan and an Endurance in the game. It's completely over.
Yeah. I think that was the second time that 2 had to mulligan as well.
So in this matchup, that's not uncommon.
Yeah.
You are either A, trying to make sure you can do your thing faster than your opponents, or if your opponent does their thing, you are able to do your thing and kill them. Or you're mulling for hate pieces like Endurance.
Okay.
Like you or Bog, right? Bog is a little bit better than Endurance because they could grief Endurance turn 1.
Right.
And then if they grief you and you're showing Bog, it's like, we have to move this along to force you to do it kind of thing. But again, like, 2 knows what he's looking for, or at least hoping to get lucky enough to not have to mull down.
Okay.
His experience with Titan is playing a big role in taking that match.
Yeah.
Steven, you should also update the thing next to Nick. There you go.
Yeah. So it looks like he does have endurance, but not much.
He's a regular land away from keeping that, which sucks.
Yeah.
So having grid is that's brutal.
If that defense grid was
If second endurance,
yeah,
or one of the other cards in his hand was a forest, so that was a keep.
yeah, absolutely.
He just go forest pass and then tap forest, bounce land dryad, replay the forest with endurance in hand, and then you're turn 3 you have endurance or you can evoke it. Like, it's pretty strong.
Yeah.
Grid is also awkward in this matchup, but a necessity.
Yeah.
Because grid at least makes it to where your opponent cannot effectively buy an outburst on your turn. So it is taking a turn off, but it's also protecting your future turns.
Yeah.
Or it's forcing your opponent to kill with like Foundation Breaker versus your Amulet or a Saga or a Construct, etc.
Yeah.
Or your Dryad. Right? Because a lot of the removal that you're going to see on in this matchup for against Grid is going to hit the rest of your stuff in your deck, including Dryad.
Yeah.
I kind of like 2's hand here. But again, we're on the draw not to play. So we have an Amulet, we have Saga, we have Bounce Lands. Like, we are literally a single rip away from going off.
Yeah.
I think he's just going to go for it.
Yeah,
Because there's not much else we're doing here.
No, I think
He does have a Beseiju. I'm not sure if that's going to come up.
yeah, the 6 is better than any random 5 you can get, I think.
Although One Ring is really good.
Yeah. Buy some time.
Do you know where we're going to see the Matrix? Is Dampening Matrix going to be relevant? It's not in his hand, damn.
Oh.
Ugh. Show me this stupid card. Let me see it. Let me see it do something. Oh, man. Unnecessarily excited to see bad magic. Necessary evil magic. That's what we're going to call Dampening Matrix.
Yeah.
Unnecessary evil. Shout out to Yagmoth through everybody shoving Cursed Totem and Dampening Matrix up.
Yep.
Disgusting. That was our round 1, guys. Yagmoth Mirror.
But still pretty interactive.
It was.
Yeah.
I mean, Chaz told me afterwards that he drew really poorly game 1 because he drew 3 Yagmoths. I'm like, bro, you drew you drew Soul Cauldron, and that was literally all you needed.
Yeah. You drew a Fulminator Mage.
Yeah. Yeah, you Fulminator Mage 3 of his lands.
I think you were doing pretty well.
Yeah. Oh, Chaz.
Yeah.
Troll is pretty good here.
Yep.
So, I mean, if we're Medina, we're looking really good right now. We have a land, we have a Troll to hit 3rd lands, and we have a Cycler and a Violent Outburst.
Yeah.
We're looking pretty spicy here.
Yeah, plus, and having the Ent and the Troll being able to come back, like, he's...
Int, Troll, and Sidewinder. Or
Yeah,
the
fire.
Mysteries.
Yep.
Double Amulet is disgusting.
That must be pretty scary for Medina's side. Because he doesn't know that 2 doesn't really have much else besides the ring going on.
Believe it or not, I think I'm leaving the Saga in play. I think we're just going... Actually, we can't. If we leave just the Saga in play and bounce the bounce land, if we put the Saga back in our hand and our opponent Beseiju us, that'd be really bad.
Yeah.
So we have a reset Saga and a non-tap land. but Nick does have, or 2 does have another bounce land in hand. I think he has 2.
Yeah.
He has a Gruul Turf and something else. But if I'm Medina here, that's just looking spicy as hell to Boseiju. However, he did not elect to do it. Otherwise, we would not be making 4 mana.
Yeah.
2 says we ball. We ball. We
Yeah.
go for it.
Let's go.
We are effectively now playing into this Violent Outburst. Because if we go to it and we go for the combat line and we get Violent Outburst, if we don't have Endurance, that is game.
Yeah.
So I think 2 is saying, let's see who's a better top deck here, because my hand is effectively not doing a lot.
Top deck with the 1 ring, though.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. But Violent Outburst is a disgusting Magic card in this matchup.
Yes, it is.
This
So-
is why we play Grid.
Yeah. So 2 basic force in 2's hand.
Yep.
All right.
I'm with 2 here.
Yeah.
That's an extremely hard 6 to mulligan away from, because you are literally any top deck from the game being in your favor.
And I think the 1 ring pushed it over the
It did.
edge in his favor too.
I
So-
think it was the trap card. I think it convinced him that the hand was good enough.
Yeah.
And I would probably have felt the same way.
Yeah.
The issue is Medina drew extremely well here. His cyclers hit him relevant things.
Yep.
He already has the 3rd land because of the troll. He already had the 3rd land before the troll with Otawara. Now he has a bounce backup. On top of that, he has 3 effective creatures coming back.
Yeah.
The Hexproof 5/5, the Mega Menace Troll, and then the Int.
The end. Yeah.
You know, and they can all attack on his turn because he's violently outbursting on your opponent's turn, right?
Yep.
So this leaves Nick to essentially card for turn and 2 cards from the ring to
Yeah.
draw Endurance.
So in the next 2 cards,
Yeah, he needs to see Endurance.
spin the wheel. Let's see what we get. Yeah. Map and
Map's not good enough because
Yep.
when we go to map for Bajukabog for land for turn, we're violent outbursting in response.
Yep.
I think this match is over.
yeah, this should be the end of the game.
He's going to get hit for 5, 6, 11, 17,
He also-
and then the ring triggers, putting him to 1.
Yeah, you should have lost 1 off that ring already though.
Yeah, 2 should be at 19 from the ring trigger, Steven.
All right, there we go.
So we made 2 mana with, or a mana with the Valakut, and we untapped it and played map.
Yeah.
Did he say go?
Oh, he doesn't have a second land draw.
He also is not showing double green. So I think Medina is just going to go for it because that's what you should do here.
Yeah.
Because he has 2 violent outbursts in hand.
Yeah.
So if you screw up on the first one, you have the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going for violent outbursts if I'm Medina here.
You have to.
Yep.
That's what the deck does. at
And
this
Nick
point.
2's sitting there like, damn it, he had it.
Living it on the stack.
Woo!
Does it resolve?
That's actually game.
Yep.
That's 17 plus the ring for 2 is game.
Yep.
Dang. Unless, am I missing something?
I don't think so. There's no way for him to draw out with the ring activation or with the ring life loss on the stack.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. I don't think there's anything that prevents that. Because it immediately goes on the stack on the first part, you would have to activate it.
Yeah.
So I
And
don't
then-
think there's anything, because it would also revert back if you drew the last known, which is still lethal.
Right.
Right, I counted this right. We have 10, the troll. That's 6. Oh, maybe I didn't count this right. This is 5 and 5, which is 10. Troll is 16. We go to
16,
3.
17, 18, yeah.
And then he goes to 1. I guess I counted that wrong.
Huh.
Oh.
And then you could just choose not to cast it.
We
Yeah.
have the second outburst that I just completely ignored for lethal.
Yep.
Wow, that's so good. That's so good.
Actually relevant.
That was super good.
Yeah.
That's 2 games that Medina won with a pump from Violent Outburst.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was pretty crazy. Even though it's 2 combo decks that it's just, trying to be ships passing in the night. Medina drew exceptionally well
Yeah.
that
and-
game. Game 1, he's kind of favored. He sat back and did the thing. Game 2, two kind of like pressured him with the way he griefed.
Yeah, it looks like Two's trying to figure out if he had any way to win.
He
with
got
that
baited
next,
into
but-
the ring being good enough.
Yeah, but there was no way for him, even with those next 4 cards.
I agree. That's gonna do it for round 3, guys. That's halfway through Swiss. We'll catch you back for round 4.
We'll see you then.
Welcome back, guys, to round 4 of this Rocket Series Modern 1K. We have Chaz back again from round 1 on Yagmoth, and then we have Derek Grove on Eldrazi Tron. How you feel about this, Jacob?
I am a big fan of decks that only have a small representation, and this is the only Eldrazi Tron today, so I'm really excited to see how this is going to play out.
Jacob says, swing for those fences and hit that home run. Let's go. I actually really like Derek's Eldrazi Tron list. He's asked me a couple questions on like what I feel about for card selection before the event, and I hope Derek does really well. Derek had a really unfortunate round 1 where he drew with his Gate Shift opponent. Shout out to Rob Schlom. And here we are with Chaz 3-0 and Derek 201.
Yep.
So this isn't exactly a must-have-to-win situation for Derek, because it is 6 rounds. You can go 4-1-1 and probably make top 8.
Yeah.
But it would be really good for Derek to go 3-0-1 here.
Yeah.
And then Chaz would obviously still be live at 3-1, but Chaz was like, no, I want to go the 4-0 so I could double ID. Or play ID.
Yeah.
Play round 5, ID round 6.
Get a good seed for the finals.
Yeah. Looks like our 2 guys already mulliganed. Or maybe I just didn't even see them look at hands and this is the first shuffle.
Well, you were saying before that Derek is more than happy to mulligan to find a hand
Yeah,
that's going to
Derek,
win the game.
Derek is one of those players that, like, if he doesn't trust a hand, he will not keep it.
Good enough isn't good enough.
Nope.
And the one of main deck Ulamog right there in the middle.
I kind of don't dislike this hand from Derek actually putting the Ulamog back.
Yeah.
Because you have an All Is Dust and 2 Tron lands, a Smasher. That looks like a Karn the Great Creator, and I cannot tell what is between the Smasher and All Is Dust.
No, I can't make that one out either.
Yeah, so this is literally an Eldrazi Temple or the 3rd Tron land from being insane.
Yeah.
Oh, Chad's like, what was that?
Excuse me?
On the flip side, I'm going to point this out because Chaz intentionally has this main board. Fulminator Mage and Soul Cauldron in this matchup is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, it's gonna...
If this comes down, there's the Cauldron. So we are literally a Court of Calling away from some really dumb shit. Like, I feel kind of bad for Derek if he cannot get this going.
So he does have a Chalice, but I don't think it's gonna...
I am very much electing to exile the Zulaport Cutthroat with the 2nd Warping Well he drew.
Yeah.
That is a combo piece from the deck removed. Chalcedon 1 is also pretty good because it stops Yagmoth, the other halfling that's currently sitting in Chaz's hand, but what it doesn't stop is this Court of Calling that is also in Chaz's hand.
Yeah.
Now that we have a Grist, Grist is incredibly strong here. Especially with Cauldron. So Chaz is probably not going to show the Cauldron until he can do something with the Grist. Just to make Grist underneath of it.
Another Warping Whale.
Is he on 3? He's on 4 Warping Whale.
God.
Holy cow. Wow. 4 Warping Whale is kind of crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it does a lot.
This is Dryad Arbor.
Okay.
That just makes this Court of Calling really good.
Yeah.
What are we courting for besides Fulminator? I think what we do is we court for Fulminator at end step, move to turn, and then play the Cauldron, knowing that Karn is not able to be played.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, no, we're courting now? Or did Derek pass?
No. I think
Whose turn are we on?
I think it's Chaz's turn.
I thought so, too.
Yeah, so I think he wants to cord now because even without it being any Tron land, it's the fact that your opponent only has 2 land and missed 2 land drops that you want to Fulminator Mage them now.
This is true. Gross.
Yeah. Which Tron land? I don't think it matters at this point. No tower?
That's a mine.
Yeah. And that's...
And he scoops.
yeah.
Yeah. It's probably a preemptive scoop, even though it probably feels like he's dead.
I mean, if he didn't draw land...
Even not drawing a land, I want to make your opponent show you the Cauldron.
Yeah.
However, as soon as the Cauldron comes down, it's a good idea to scoop.
Yeah.
Just because you already know that every turn you're going to put a 1/1 counter on something, and doing that just means you're never going to have a land drop. No. But Derek probably should have waited to see the Cauldron, however, would have not played differently.
So, Derek, with Karn the Great Creator, how does that affect his sideboard plans? Does he have a lot of sideboard to actually bring in?
He has some Stone Brains, which are exceptionally good in this matchup.
Mhm.
This Haywire Might, which is also good in this matchup.
Mhm.
You might see something like Ratchet Bomb and Sorcerer's Spyglass, but I think those are just better Karn grab targets.
Yeah.
You might see Sylex just come main board.
Okay. Pivotal board.
Because you actually have to hit the lands to cast Karn to do the Karn package.
Yeah.
Sylex is good in this matchup because it forces Reclamation Stage because you're not, or Beseju, because you're not able to Haywire Might activate to get rid of it. You're also just not able to activate Yagmoth. You're also not able to activate Cauldron things that are gristed.
Right. Okay.
You know, you just can't activate or pay life.
Yeah. And then Chaz just seeing some Tron. Did he, besides the Warping Well, was there anything that would make him think it could be Eldrazi Tron, or could it just be...
You know, Warping Whales aren't usually played in high numbers for regular Tron.
Yeah.
It is a one of. Derek showed him, was it 3?
Maybe 2.
Maybe 2 at least. 2 for sure.
Yeah. So 2 or 3. So I don't know if he can necessarily put him on Eldrazi,
Yeah.
but I think he can kind of suss it out.
He also probably scoops to preemptively avoid that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, not giving your opponent a good sideboard plan is always a good strategy, too.
Yeah, Derek also has 2 mainboard Karn Sylex, so the third one's probably going to stay in the board.
Okay.
I think if he looks like he sideboarded 4 things. It's probably going to be Haywire Might. It's probably going to be the 2 Stone Brains. I don't know what the third card is.
Okay.
Maybe the Ratchet Bomb.
Yeah.
Because Ratchet on 0 and Ratchet on 1 are pretty strong in this matchup.
Yeah. Here are the tokens.
Problem with Ratchet on 0 is it hits your own Chalice, but sometimes you just have to clear the Orc and the Grist tokens.
I think that's fine.
I mean, Chaz in this mainboard Fulminator Mage is just... It's disgusting. You're
Yeah.
a dirty human being for this, Chaz.
Round 1.
It's so nasty.
Yeah, round 1 showed it off. Round 4
Yeah,
showed it
I
off.
mean,
Like it's-
game 1, it's absolutely backbreaking with Core to have mainboard Fulminator Mage.
Yeah.
It's so dirty.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm digging it. It's paid off pretty handsomely for him being 3-0.
Absolutely.
I don't know how many rounds it's been impactful, but it was definitely impactful round 1. Like you said, that was absolutely disgusting how good that was.
Yeah. And, you know, playing a toolbox type of deck, I'm more than happy to play those one-offs in the main, because you can find them for those situations.
It's also of note that Chaz is on 4 Chord of Callings, and I am not seeing an evolution. There's been some arguments between the Yagmoth community about cutting one of the Strangle-Root guys to play a mainboard evolution.
Mhm.
It doesn't look like Chaz is electing to do that.
Yeah, I remember talking to him after round 1 saying that he had 2 flex slots and cutting, I think, the evolution for the Fulminator. So,
I don't know, man. The Fulminator Mage seems fantastic where
Yeah.
we're at.
yeah.
It seems like it's definitely done what it needs to do.
Yep.
No complaints from Chaz, I doubt.
Oh,
Derek, that feels bad.
yeah.
Derek also has this thing where he sits across from some opponents and he gets in his head a little too much.
Yeah, but 5 on the play isn't quite where you want to be.
No, it's not. Patrick, do you have the buy? How are you already tuning in? Did you get the buy? Being deck checked. Damn. Hi, Chaz.
Chaz.
Hi, Chaz. Yeah, Patrick, game 1 was Chord for Fulminator Mage, Derek scooped. Derek scooped without seeing the Soul Cauldron in Chaz's hand. However, it would not have played differently had he continued to play.
No.
Chaz is being an absolute menace with this mainboard Fulminator Mage. Absolute menace.
Mm-hmm.
I think we spoke, and he's more excited about the mainboard Soulless Jailer.
The Soulless Jailer.
But I'm like,
yeah.
bro, no. Fulminator Mage is way crazier than Soulless Jailer. Yes, Soulless Jailer probably doesn't belong in the main board, but it's good against Rhinos and the Mirror and all that. But, like, nah. This Fulminator Mage is backbreaking.
Yeah, that's the key. So Derek at least found a good 5. So we could hopefully have some game here.
Steven, you should have Chaz wave to his fans. We got a couple of them in chat. Yo, tell him to chillax with those hand signs and that headband. We'll start off with a halfling at 18. That's not a bad opening.
Yeah.
Derek's got a mine into a temple. Are we gonna see a? We can't see a
Matter.
thought
Oh,
knot.
Smasher.
Oh,
Oh, Warping
exile.
Whale. Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't hate these exiles. Slowing Chaz down until he can. Oh my god, what is in his hand? I can't tell what that is.
I can't see it.
It's 2 Bowmasters for sure. I think he
Oh.
drew the Fulminator.
So it looks like Derek has a Reality Smasher.
That's a Necromentia. This game is pretty much over when he untaps.
Yeah. There's
That's sad.
a Needle and a Haywire Mite. in
Chaz
Derek's
is
hand.
running people over today.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just double check Warping Whale.
Lex, Chaz has to use this playmat while he's on camera, but he has a Rocket Series winning playmat from winning last series that has a token of himself on it. It's what he's electing to play. Haywire Mite's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm just disappointed because I don't think it's going to be good enough. I think our tower or our Karn is going to get Necromentia, and we're going to go downhill from there.
Yep. So what do you name with Pithing Needle?
You name Yagmoth
Yagmoth?
or Soul Cauldron.
Okay, what about Grist?
I don't think you care about Grist here.
Okay.
I think if you were in a situation where you already had Karn, maybe, but you want Yagmoth or Soul Cauldron, which effectively destroyed the board out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Right? Chord for Fulminator Mage, play Soul Cauldron, and then, you know, all the things have been done. Versus Yagmoth coming down, all the things have been done, right? Grist, I mean, you're staring at some insects, which suck,
Yeah.
and also could enable the rest of the gameplay, but I think without seeing something or having a board presence like Karn,
Yeah.
I think we just name those two.
Yeah.
Either of them are both clear choices. Oh, he went for the plant.
Yeah. Yeah, because Tower's just as useless without the plant, too.
Correct. And that's a mine in place. He could have went for either of them.
And the Smasher... could
Smasher and
potentially
Karn.
come down next turn.
Chaz has double Bowmaster Grist. So maybe the Needle with the Smasher in hand is a good idea. Maybe Grist could have been the target. But into the blind, I think I'm naming Yagmoth.
Yeah.
We'll gain 2 life. Beat a 22.
And...
Hey, Steven, there's no search foil causing that. Yeah. What do you think about that? What do you think about the disco light going on in the stream area with no search foils, huh? And then we lost the
no.
stream chat.
So it looks like he had a...
So
another land.
the stream is still going. We just don't have video. Okay, now the full video's gone.
Yeah.
Pardon our interruption. The camera's died.
Yeah, but last we saw he had a land for the Karn at least.
Let me confirm. Can you still hear me, chat?
You just right in here. And
Can you still hear my voice?
Where's the stream down?
Okay, so you can still hear my voice, which means the only thing down is the video.
Okay.
So stand by. Steven, you still have the modern clock going, so you're going to have to pause that while you try to fix this so that we can have an accurate time for chat. Everything went down at like 38:30. I'll have to have him just reset the...
Yeah. Oh, we're back.
Alright, so we're going to have to add a minute to the timer, Steven, because unless you had them continue playing.
Yeah, it looks like they've continued play because I see a cord in the graveyard.
You can type to the chat, Steven, and let me know where we're at. Okay, they played, so we're good.
Yeah, Saga's up to 2.